Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Today we're going to be getting into a reading about you, okay? I feel like we're so used to watching readings about everybody else or this person or that person or what are they thinking, what are they feeling. I want to get into an energy about you. So we're getting an energy check-in on what's your vibe right now and what's going on with you, okay? So if that's something you're interested in, then let's get into it. Your vibe could be very loud right now. Okay, maybe there's something about you that's calling in or drawing in a lot of energy. I'm kind of getting like a siphoning of energy because you're about to do something big. So maybe you're being very quiet or being very loud because there's something that you're wanting to draw to you. I don't know what it is, but your energy right now is very loud. Okay, it's almost like a huge magnet that's like just drawing in attention, I feel like. So I don't know if it's the energy you're currently embodying or it's something you're doing different with your style, you're speaking up more with your voice, or just like, maybe being a little bit more quiet, and that's unlike you, but something about you is drawing in like a lot. I'm hearing mass amounts of attention right now. So if that's something you've been wanting, just know that whatever you're doing is working, whether it's attracting a specific manifestation or you want to attract a person, an opportunity, something, but something just like, like, how can I say it? I'm seeing specifically in my mind, like when you're, not when you're, like Dragon Ball Z is the example I'm getting in my head, when they were always trying to like build this big ball of energy in their hands, and they would always like hold their hands like this, and the ball would start off like this, and then it would just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden it's Kamehameha. But while they're like building the energy, it's still in this phase of getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So you haven't released it yet, but it's building, The energy is gaining momentum, whatever. Help to understand the concept better, but it's definitely like you're amassing this huge ball of energy, with the intention to release it or attract something, okay? Now let me stop repeating myself. As I'm saying that, at the bottom of the deck, we have the freaking Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, you're attracting something, and it could be using like a kind of bored energy or preserving your energy, okay? Right now I'm seeing 222, so very much in alignment with whatever it is you're going after in life, and that's the kind of vibe you're giving off right now. So let's continue getting into it. I do see a lot of you like using your voice more, and that could be why the energy is gaining momentum. The Nine of Pentacles always gives me rewards for a job well done. So some of you could also be getting like a lot of clients, or getting a lot of exposure, or getting a lot of recommendations, or people coming to you, or people are finding your page or your channel or whatever it is you seem to be doing. Like I said, now is the optimal time to do any of those things. That's something you have been wanting. Advertise yourself, put yourself out there, okay? Let's get into it. I don't know if I feel like the phone is a little crooked. Maybe you're fixing things that seem like a little bit crooked in your life as well. But let's pull some cards now. We've been chatting for too long. I'm hearing that song, I've been gone for too long. Think it's time I bring it back. I like it when you move to the beat like that. Got that boom boom in your trunk. Got them speakers burning low. Give me that bass. Give me that bass. Look at that. Like bass. Like you could feel the bass when the bass is, vibrating in the song. You feel the freaking bass through headphones, through speakers, through the cars sometimes, through the walls. You know what I mean? It's reminding me when I'm at home and the mother country's upstairs when I'll be blasting music and you can hear like it's in the room with you. And I'm like, is the speaker in the room with us or no? Because it's giving that, right? So your energy, your vibes can be felt right now, okay? I don't know what it is you're doing, and whatever it is, like I said, it's gaining momentum, okay? So let's get some cards. But that is very much aligned with the whole I've been gone for too long, or you're like amassing some kind of energy to release a project or something, A lot of you could be in hermit mode. Here we have the sun. We love this because exactly what I was saying. And it's really giving those balls. This little orb up here is giving the balls in Dragon Ball Z. And I haven't watched that show in like years, since I was a child. So the fact that it always comes through in the reading to help me understand the messages, I love that. Using every experience. Wow, we have the moon coming through here. Yeah, there's some kind of freaking duality coming through, or a dichotomy where you're coming off like a little bit serene in hopes of something popping off, or you're becoming someone who's out there in hopes of something that you're doing in the dark to pop off, you know? Take what resonates for you. Here we have the Five of Swords. You could be very contemplative or seem very contemplative right now. The Five of Swords is like a very confused, mentally confused energy, okay? Or there could be some kind of drama happening around you. You're staying out of it or getting in the thick of it, okay? Take what resonates for you. Because some of us here that are watching, we're going to get into the thick of the drama if there's drama going on, which will be the sun, okay? Others of you, I'm staying out of it, which is the moon, okay? Here we have the Five of Coins. Wow. You know what this is kind of giving me? It's giving me you're gaining momentum over these feelings. So now you're in more control of how your mind speaks to you and how it treats you, and you're more in control of your money. So I feel like you're going to be attracting a lot of money, and you're transitioning out of the phase of Five of Swords and Five of Coins. Because the sun and the moon coming out first, which are like cosmic entities, they are the luminaries, right? Those are big moves happening in your life. And it's big moves to overcome these feelings, right? I would say the Five of Coins could be like the detriment of the sun, okay? And I feel like the Five of Swords could be the detriment to the moon, because the moon is already a very contemplative in your feelings emotion. And when you're contemplative in your feelings and you're worried about like you thinking something is wrong, or you're not seeing something clearly, or you're just worried all the time, right? Or there's confusion and drama, these two kind of go well with each other. And I feel, and they're also kind of the same color now that I'm looking at them. Yeah, and then these two cards are the same color as well. Interesting. So you're gaining power over your thoughts and then the world around you. And I feel like I said, it's because of the energy you've been amassing by keeping quiet or doing the exact opposite of that. And then we have the freaking Five of Cups. What the heck is going on? Why do we have 3 fives coming out? And the fives are not the best cards in the deck at all. Wow. Five of Coins is feeling alone and broke. Not to laugh, it's not funny, but the way I said it made me laugh, okay? Maybe you're laughing in the face of trauma or things that make you quite sad, because that's how I feel. Like, I'm always explaining that over on TikTok, like, hey, if I'm laughing at whatever's coming through, I'm not laughing at you or your situation. I just have to make light of certain things when it comes through. So I don't do well with bad, you know, negative energy. I don't like it at all. I gotta transmute it into joking and laughter, okay? It's a trauma response, mind your business. Thank you. Try it one day. Anywho, I deal with my problems, yes, but they don't always have to be crying and screaming and acting out. No, I could turn it into jokes and make it more light, you know, a more lighter load to bear and carry. But we have the Five of Cups. Can we get a clarifier? Let's get one more card for the first top row. What energy are my group ones in right now? Please, Spirit, what energy are they in right now? And then we have the Devil. I kind of feel called to keep this in reverse. So we have the Devil in reverse. So yeah, these negative energies have been, I feel like, in control for too long, okay? And that's literally what the song was saying, right? I've been gone for too long. I think it's time to bring it back. Your energy is you coming out of these more hollow, sad, desperate times, you know? Oh my gosh, and now I'm hearing Meek Mill. I used to pray for times like this, to sound like this. Okay, so it's like, I forget the name of the song, but I think it's like Nightmares and something. I think that is like his, like one of the songs of his that has probably made him the most money because it popped off the most. Like when you think of Meek Mill, you think of that song. When I think of Meek Mill, because I'm not really a rap girl, I always thought of his connection to Nicki Minaj and that same verse that made him famous. Nicki brings up in her song Barbie Dreams, and she's like, I used to pray for times like this, face ass when I F him. And I'm like, ooh, okay, whenever that part of the song comes on. So I'm like, girl, bye. That used to be your man's. What are you talking about, okay? But basically, things you used to pray for and things you were praying for in times like these, because these are very sad and lonely and despondent energies, you're like, I feel like you're coming on the other side. I don't know, like you're coming off as like a force to be reckoned with. Because like I said, we have the 2 luminaries coming through here. Okay, and these are like the most powerful planets that affect us directly on a daily basis. We see the sun and the moon every day. Okay, these are the most potent planets, right? So maybe your sun and moon could have something to do with it. But like I said, your sun is kind of like your out energy, the energy, your yang energy, the things you move towards, your action, okay, your impulses. And the moon is more so your inner self, your emotional body, you know, the thing that you don't allow everyone to see. There could be like a mixture of that energy that you're presenting to the world right now, where before it was only your sun energy, where it's the things you want people to see, your accomplishments, your achievements. I feel like you're bringing more of a vulnerability to your public persona, whether you are a public person and have a platform or not. In everyday life, people are seeing you showing up more vulnerable than you ever have. You know, you're showing what's going on in your life and giving them a peek behind the curtain. Because the sun coming out as the first card is kind of giving me, you always come off as everything's okay. Like, I'm the comedic relief for everyone. I'm the person who always has to be happy, always has to be strong, always has to help everyone. It's giving kind of hyper independent, right? Because when you're someone who's like surrounded by so much trauma, you have to be the strong one for yourself, right? And even though you have to be the strong one, you are strong. You're not telling people or showing people what you went through to make you so strong, if that makes any kind of sense. So people are always seeing you showing up in this positive attitude and everything is so happy, but they're not seeing that when you go home, you cry and you feel lonely and you are still confused, even though you seem like a person who has everything together, and you are still struggling with money sometimes, even though you come off as nothing's wrong and I have all the money in the world. Like, you're showing more of your emotional vulnerabilities in the world right now, or you're coming off as more vulnerable right now. And that's what like your vibe is, okay? So someone who's always used to presenting as this strong, nothing can hurt me, I have it all together person, you're kind of like showing the more emotional side behind this power, this force to be reckoned with energy that people immediately associate you with, okay? So that's coming through for you guys. Then we have the devil, which is like feeling like you have to hide these things from people and not be your true self, okay? So you could be being more vulnerable with friends, lovers, family, right? And it's really interesting because today I was like listening to Ice Cream Man by Ray. That song could be important for somebody, or just the example of what it brings, okay? Basically, if you've never heard the song before, she is talking about an experience where she was assaulted, okay? And she's reliving the experience and writing the song. And I think when I looked into it today, because when I get, you know, locked in on something, I have to research it and learn everything about it that I can. Okay, and the song is only like 3 minutes. So from what I looked up, she won an honorary Grammy for the song. It was like a, what do they call it? I forget the man's name. Something Lafont? No. Harry Belafonte? I think it could be that. Harry Belafonte, like, social awareness award Grammy, you know, so it's not an actual Grammy, but it is a Grammy, it's an honorary Grammy, whatever is what they basically explained it as when I looked up the song. And the song is so vulnerable because every time it comes on, like, I remember I heard it for the first time a while ago and I saved it, but it doesn't play quite often. But in the span of a week, it's played twice so far on my playlist, and that's rare because I have like over 10,000 songs saved on Spotify. So when I have a repeat song and the song is repeating, I know there's a message there. And I don't know if this message was supposed to be coming through specifically for you because the song was like coming through like an hour ago, I would say. And basically she's describing being assaulted and how a lot of women don't say anything. And I think a part of the song, she's like, if I were to say something, you would be like locked up in the penitentiary, right? But women in society don't say anything. And she's like, it just happens so often. It's kind of like a, you were assaulted. It happens to everyone. That shouldn't be the norm, right? And those could be things you're speaking out against. Like, yeah, I was assaulted and I didn't say anything and I've been playing strong for so long, but it affects my everyday life, but you just wouldn't know that, you know? And that could be something you're coming out and talking about because it's something that plagues you mentally, okay, physically and emotionally. Because with all these fives coming through, the only 5 of wands we're missing is the one where you put up a fight, which is interesting, okay? Is it not? But basically that song could be important for somebody here, or that's just trying to allude to the fact that you could be dealing with some things that happened to you that you just won't say. To be brave alone. I'm a strong woman. Go listen to the song. It's so good. Even if you haven't been through those things, I feel like it's a very powerful song. But I just feel like it's interesting that it keeps playing recently the last few days. So that could definitely be something that's coming through your energy. Maybe you are bringing these energies up, or spirit is like something's bubbling under the surface so you can deal with these issues and release them, let them go once and for all. Like, it's always going to come back around, but if you've been suppressing it, it's always going to come back, you know? But if you deal with it and it comes back around, you can, like, it's easier to deal with, or not as painful, not as jarring, I guess you could say. Because no one ever fully gets over a trauma the same way no one ever fully gets over a death, you know? Like if you lose someone in your life, yeah, you learn to live without them. But when you realize and it kind of comes back around and it hits you, sometimes the pain can be just as jarring as it was the first time you found out. That's how I feel with my mom sometimes. I was telling myself yesterday, I'm almost gonna be alive longer without a mom than I ever was alive with a mom. And I'm kind of like, wow, that's jarring. But I lost her when I was 15. I'm about to be 30 this year. So I still had a mom longer than I didn't have one. But this year and moving forward, I'm going to be an orphan longer than I've ever been someone's daughter, if that makes sense. I'll always be her daughter, but you know what I mean, right? So it's definitely, that could be themes that are coming up in your life, grief and loss and trauma and pain, and you're dealing with that, and that's your vibe now, which is still the confident person you were, but a little bit more emotional. There's like a depth underneath those emotions you're dealing with, and it has to do with like the more devilish, devilish sounded crazy to say, please, but a little more heavy topics in life, you know, the taboo, what people don't want to speak about, right? Which is why they're trying to make physical assault so common, or everyone's gone through it. And that's not something we should be proud of. That's not something we should tell someone, oh, well, so did I went through that as well. That doesn't take away from the fact that I went through it as well. Like, what do you mean? Like, you can't one-up me or diminish my trauma or my pain. Like, child, I tell you, yeah, there's certain like things you're confronting right now, and that's what your vibe is giving. Okay, so what's going on with them right now? What is your vibe right now? I wasn't expecting this, but hey. But I feel like your comeback is going to be stronger than ever when you do come out of this energy. You're still showing up and doing what needs to be done with the sun, right? Sun is Leo energy. The moon is Pisces energy, but also Cancer in my mind. Both of them need to be mentioned, honestly. So here we have the Six of Swords that came through first, and then we have the Six of Cups. So many freaking repeats. Fives and now sixes. Then we have the sun, then we have the moon. A lot of synchronicities or things aligning quite perfectly in your life. And that's the vibe you're giving. Oh boy, 555 could be something you're seeing a lot. 6 could be a number you're seeing a lot. We have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, some clarity to clear out the cobweb, because I feel like the Five of Swords could be cobwebs because it kind of clogs your mind and makes it fuzzy and you can't really see it and it's foggy. And I feel like the Ace of Swords is that perfect energy to come and wipe away and to bring the light, to clean, do a deep cleaning in your mind and your emotional body. That could be something you're dealing with right now as well. Like I said, just cleansing out all the things you have like gone through in the past in your life and like just starting over new. And like I said, sometimes these things come up so you can move on and leave this step or leave this phase behind and jump into a new energy, a new timeline, a new life, a new person, a new personality, a new body, you know, a new experience, right? So look, these things are coming up and Spirit's like, here, heal this, and so we can give you this, right? So like I said, that duality between the dark and the light is the energy you're coming through as right now. But I feel like something's on the horizon for you guys, whether you feel it or not. We have the Three of Coins coming out, type of coins. So like I said, the clarity and the cobwebs are being cleared out. And then the feeling like you're alone all the time is going to be helped and clarified by the Three of Coins, which is receiving help. Having people there with you, maybe going to a meeting where people have also gone through the same thing as you and finding people, a community, right? The Three of Cups is, the Three of Cups is community, but it's the Three of Coins coming through here. Both, I feel like, but they both kind of have the same vibe of people around you helping you, or like-minded people around you helping you, or people who are on the same path as you. You're all linking up to help you get to that part or that destination quicker. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're making a cross-country trip in a car, and instead of driving by yourself for however long that would take, because I don't know, I don't drive, but this was the first example that came through. Instead of you driving cross country by yourself, you're gonna have friends there who can also drive. So when you're tired, you can take a nap and then they'll take over. When that friend is tired, the other friend will take over. And you know, so yeah, help carrying the burden, help carrying the sadness and the, I guess, the feeling like you have no one to lean on. You're finding a community. Your vibe is very much giving that. I don't know what about this clearing and cleansing You know, saging is the vibe coming through. It's bringing in helping people, but it is, okay? You're finding people who have been through the same things that can help you, and they're farther along than you, or people who are on the same step as you. You guys are going to get to the destination together kind of energy. You know what I mean? What is your vibe giving right now, please, for we have the Page of Wands. Yeah, that fight back in you. Getting that dog back in you. Rough. You know, dogs ain't going to give up, okay? They're not going to lie down. They're not going to take anything lying down. You got that dog in you. I don't even know if that's what that phrase means. But that's the first thing that came to mind. So it could be significant for somebody. You got that dog in you, okay? And the dog is coming out to fight. Either way, a rush of inspiration, a rush of passion, a rush of drive to finally get to the end of something. Like I said, once you cleanse out all this sadness, a new person's gonna emerge, okay? This kind of looks like a wand in this. I mean, this is a wand, honestly. I don't know what I'm saying, but like a magic wand, I meant to say, because this is a Page of Wands, so obviously it's a wand, but like some kind of magical thing is going to be happening in your life. I'm seeing the transformation of Cinderella from rags to riches. So maybe you're going to be going through that kind of transformation. Maybe you are releasing doubts and what is the specific word I'm looking for? Hold-ups when it comes to money. And that's when you finally release those things, that's when you get a new job. You know what I mean? That's when you get some money, right? I'm also hearing gratitude could be a thing as well. Maybe you're being grateful for the things and situations that got you to where you are now. But yeah, once you release this scarcity around money and always being alone and things always being confusing, that's when you receive the help. Once you confront this energy of always being confused and never knowing what's going on, that's when you receive the clarity. Okay, when you're always doing everything by yourself and you don't even have any money, you don't have a pot to piss in, you know what I mean? That's when you receive the help. Okay, when you're so sad and you don't see the way forward, that's when you receive the inspiration. That's when you receive the rush of new energy coming in, you know? Interesting. Page of Wands, or just Wands energy in particular, always gives me summer. So summer could be an important phase in your life coming up, and that's why these things have to happen now. In spring, cleanses, renewals. So when summer does come, you can kind of kick it into gear and start putting into practice what you've learned. There you go. I was also hearing practice what you preach, so that could be a thing as well. What is their vibe like right now, please, for what's going on in their energy? Six of Swords, working on healing yourself, right? And the Sun is a very healing energy. So maybe being outside in the sun more, smiling more, you know, leaning on things that you know work for you to make you happy. I'm hearing makeup for some of you, playing dress up, being out in the sun physically. I don't know, I went on a picnic, was it Saturday? Saturday, and there was something about just being outside, even though it kind of got cold when the sun was setting. It was like so peaceful. Like hearing the birds chirp, seeing everyone else outside. It was like a community vibe. Like, oh my gosh, we are all strangers, but we're all having this one experience of having a picnic in the park, you know? So that kind of whimsical energy is going to be brought back into your life, right? That's the vibe you're embodying right now. I feel like your whimsy is coming back, or it's just amplified right now. Like, we're all just here. The birds are chirping. The dogs are running and barking. The kids are playing. The boys are over there being boys for once and not causing a ruckus and playing football. The girls are being all cute and sitting and gossiping and talking and giggling and playing their music or dancing. Like, life is good in this moment, right? And I feel like that could be a thing. And I feel like picnics are usually associated with more so summer. So that could definitely be a thing coming through for you, because there's no wind blowing everything away. You know, it's still nice and warm outside, right? So I do believe summer's going to be important for you guys. It's going to be like a complete renewal or like a new life is what I'm hearing as well, okay? Last card that fell out is the Nine of Swords. Wow, yeah, we have the Devil in reverse. So those thoughts, those sleepless nights, that anxiety is no longer going to rule you. Lord, I can't talk today. Jeez Louise. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Death card, exactly. An ending to make way for a new beginning. So I'm seeing and hearing, both. They came through synonymously. Of a battlefield, where, you know, when sometimes in movies when they have like a big clash of war and at the end, when everyone is either unalived or the battlefield is clear, you see smoke coming up through here. You see swords sticking out of the ground there. You see a bunch of bodies like just bare on the ground. I wasn't seeing bodies, but I was seeing a battlefield after the battle is done, and the smoke is here from the cannons. The swords are laid down because the fight is over. That's the kind of visual I was getting. I wasn't seeing bodies, so don't be scared, child. But I was definitely seeing a battlefield after war, where everything is quiet and still. So that could definitely be a vibe. This is a big battle. You've been like, it's kind of giving something that has been like a long time coming, is the vibe coming through. So I don't know if you've gone through something and you were kind of suppressing it for too long, and now it's a time for you to kind of overcome it, or something that's been building, you've been building up to for years now, is finally coming into your life. I'm not sure, but an energy here of clearing out old things so new things can come in. Okay, fighting these last battles so we can finally move on to a new era. You know what I mean? It's like I'm hearing having a pity party so you can finally start celebrating life again, you know? So that's what's coming through for you guys. Let's see what the vibe you're in. Let's keep going. You know what? I want to pull from this back here because we have it out. Yeah, I'm a damn big, strong woman. That song keeps coming through. So give it a listen. The Ice Cream Man by Ray. Here we have the shadow. Look at that. That's exactly what you're going through right now. Confirmation. The shadow period to kind of step into the sun. And this here, I remember this. See, that's what using a deck repeatedly and reading all the stories, it gets you a vibe of the card without having to get into the book. This is basically a Magia Mirage, and there's something word with an M. I'm screaming. Why am I hearing Patrick? The inner machinations of my mind are something. Please don't start with me. But yeah, like something made up in your mind, right? Something you're seeing from your mind. This is from, what is this book from? It doesn't tell us where it's from. But anyway, this is apparition. There it is. I think that's the word I was looking for, or some form of the word. Anyway, of the shadow that's going on in the couple's relationship or their inner selves in this book. You know what? Maybe I should just read it from the book. It explains it better than I do. And then here we have empathy. So maybe you're having more empathy for yourself as well. And I see we have a key up here. So finding the key to open the next door that you're meant to go through. But it meant you have to kind of clear out and go through the last final battles of this phase that you're going through right now. So let's get into it. We have 25. They explain it much better in the book. So I just thought I'd read it to you, child. Because I was not. Okay, so we have Bertha. Hidden away in the shadows of the attic is the embodiment of the suppressed and untamed forces within. There you go. They explain it better. Her presence haunts Jane and Rochester, representing the dark secrets and desires that could no longer be contained. Bertha's tragic existence calls attention to the parts of ourselves we deny, urging us to face the shadows in order to heal. Boom. You see? That's what I was saying, essentially. And then we have fear, concealment, and shame. And all of these things come with what I was talking about in Ice Cream Man by Ray, or others, situations or circumstances you've been through in life that made you feel fear, concealment, and shame. Things you didn't want to face that are now coming up because you were suppressing it. Okay? So shadow can only exist in its relation to light. This is the primary lesson of the shadow. We all have darkness inside ourselves, and acknowledging this fact is just as important as fighting against it. A shadow can be an implement of good, okay? And then the next card we have is 39. You know it's better to be brave alone. I don't think she says that though. Does she say that? It's not better to be brave alone. I think that's what she says instead. But I keep hearing it's better to be brave alone. I don't know if you've been telling yourself that, but don't piss me off because it's not. Okay? Here we have empathy. You have to show yourself some empathy. That's what you've been doing, showing yourself and maybe others around you empathy. So we have healing, growth, and connection. Discovering our path toward empathy requires us to relinquish our ignorance, which can often be a comforting thing to hold on to. We are called to see ourselves. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. We are called to see others as equally worthy of what we wish for ourselves. Confusion coming through. As Mary nurtures the once neglected garden, she also opens her heart to the world around her, transforming from a selfish child into a compassionate soul. That could be something you're doing, having more empathy and transforming into a more compassionate soul, which is beautiful. Her connections to the earth and the people in her life brings about healing, not only for the garden, but also for herself and those she loves. The garden's rebirth symbolizes, and I was saying something about rebirth, her sympathy or her power of empathy and growth. The magic works best when you work yourself. Okay. Yeah. That's what we have coming through for y'all. Move up a little bit more. This deck is always just, ugh. So that's your vibe right now. Overcoming. While still like being a fully functioning adult. Because you can't just lay in bed on days and cry and not go to work. You still got to get up and show up in the world. Which is like the worst part of it is get up. I can't just have a few days to grieve. No. Or a few months or a few weeks. You still got to be getting up and showing up in the world. Ugh, it's so ghetto. Okay, please, Spirit. That's where the strength is coming through. Here we have the ship representing journeys and moving on from things that were hard. Okay, and we have the number 3 here. So I do believe creativity is going to be a big part of this next phase with the Page of Wands and now the 3, which is like Empress energy, but also 3 is the number of creation. Maybe some of you are having kids or want to have more kids and you're doing some healing work before then. Okay, 3 is exactly what I wanted. Appreciate you. We have the star. Wow. And now we have the sun, the moon, and the stars. Interesting. That's very interesting. I think I kind of overlooked the 6 of Cups here, but I feel like the 6 of Cups is still ties into what I was talking about. It's like nostalgia and the things from our past that we didn't want to confront. We're moving on from them with the 6 of Swords coming out first and then the 6 of Cups coming out after. Confronting those things in our past that we'd rather not talk about, okay, or deal with. That's what we're doing. That's what you're doing. And then we have, the scythe. You're cutting things out that no longer work for you. Now I realize that this is in reverse. If we put this upright, we have a 9 of hearts, which is the 9 of cups. So wish is coming true. And the star can be a wish on the star. So yeah. Here we have a 10 of clubs, which is a 10 of wands. And here we have a jack of diamonds, which kind of gives page and knight of pentacles mixed together. So finding something new to go after, okay? But taking your time to do so. Did I get the book from here? No, I want to read for the stars and maybe the scythe. No, it was upright the first time I put it. I feel so interesting that I felt called to mess it up and it was right. I saw the 9 in reverse. So this is the 6 of hearts. Now that we have it upright in the proper direction, why did I feel called to put it in reverse and say 9 of cups and it wasn't even, that's insane. Anyway, a wish could be coming true, child. Because either way, when we read for the star, they're going to talk about a wish, okay? But we have the 6 of hearts, which is the 6 of cups. Okay, so yeah. Your past is making a... What is it? What is it saying? It's your past is making a exit, making an entrance so it can exit, essentially. We have the stars. Shiny sparkles, guidance, and healing is what I promise through a gentle feeling. A gentle feeling. We love that. I am reassurance, inspiration, and a new path for your exploration. Exactly. And then we have the blasted ship. Wish upon a star, for I bring hope and light from afar. That's gorgeous. And definitely want to read for the scythe. I feel like the ship is pretty straightforward. The scythe. To everything there is a season and a time to be, every purpose under the sun. Ecclesiastes. That's a Bible verse? Okay, that could be coming through. Be careful, I am swift and sharp. I cut through with precision and with a sharp and clear vision. I am an accident, a deep cut, a break, or sometimes a difficult decision that needs to be made. I can bring good, harvest, or danger. Look at what I am cutting nearby. It might just be your wage. There's nothing nearby, don't piss me off. Thank you. These cards be pissing me off sometimes. What are you even talking about? Like, there's no need to talk in riddles. Let's pull some cards for this to kind of see what comes after all that, okay? What comes after all this rah, rah, rah. Okay, please spirit, what comes after all of this healing that seems to be coming through in the reading? It's going to be different for every group. But for you, it's healing what happens or comes in this new chapter for them, please, spirit, that they're walking into. You better give me something. I feel like Denzel leaving here with something. Here we have the witch. We have the magic after the curse. So you finding your magic after obliterating the curse. I feel like this has been coming out quite often. This came out a lot on TikTok yesterday, I believe. I don't even know if the collective here is the same as the collective there. It doesn't really matter. Either way, this card is coming through for you guys. And I feel like a lot of you could be dealing with curses or roadblocks or things you don't know that were placed on you like decades ago. And you are just now dealing with it and realizing that, hey, life just seems to be perpetually bad. There has to be a reason for this. Like, no one deals with all this crap. I need to figure out what it is. And it could be a curse was placed on you, child. Those things are real. So look into that, okay? That's not my expertise. There's someone out there that's their expertise. Look into it. Okay, so what's coming after this? You finding the magic to break the curse that you think your life is. Maybe there isn't a curse. Maybe you, because you think it's a curse, there is a curse, right? Here we have ship coming through again. We have directions and journey. That is insane. This happened in yesterday's reading too. I love that. What's coming after in this new phase for them? We have coins, luck, and money. You love that. That's that 9 of Pentacles energy that was coming out in the beginning. And then we have stability and growth. These came out, so we'll take them. We have scales, so justice and document, so balance. And we have the bride, so we have wife and engagement. And last but not least, we have the snake, desire and attraction. So maybe in this healing, you're attracting a new partner or new experiences with your partners if you're in a connection already. Because sometimes trauma can affect a connection negatively, right? And that's literally what it was saying with, what do they say, Jane and Rochester or whatever, in this story that we were reading about. They said the things that they were repressing in the connection were, I guess, formed in this girl here, whatever her name is. Because the things that they were holding back and didn't want to face, that's why she showed up, to teach them that it was time for you to face it. The secrets, you know, there could be some secrets and lies coming through in some of y'all connections that you're going to be overcoming, you know? Or things you never told your partner you're going to be opening up about. Anywho, I'm going to leave your reading there, though. I feel like we're getting a little bit too deep over here. And at the bottom, we have strength and success. So there's no need to fear. You have the power it takes to overcome all the things you thought were holding you back. It's basically the vibe you're in right now and what's going on in your life. So thank you for watching. Okay, if you ever want to book a reading with me, you wanted to, you could always do so. Use my email in the description box below. You can also join the memberships on the channel using the link in the description box below, right above the timestamps. Where you find those. If the resonated, please. Resin can be important for somebody out there. You make stuff with resin. I don't know. If this resonated with you, please like, follow, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you, okay? Also, hype the video if you can. But I do hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day as always. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Today, we're going to be getting into what vibe are you giving off right now. We're doing an energy check into you. We love watching videos about everyone else. Let's get into your energy now, okay? What's going on with you and what vibe are you in right now, okay? What vibe are you giving off lately? So let's get into it. Hopefully your reading is not as heavy as group 1's. I can't do 3 back-to-back heavy readings because that just won't do. But let's kind of clear off the vibes. Maybe you're getting out of a negative energy lately and things are kind of like, you know, going on the up and up, because I'm noticing how the sun is shining more brightly outside now that we've moved on from group 1. Okay, so maybe you are coming out of that shadow work phase that they were, you know, coming out of as well, you know? I just heard a boom boom in the background, so that's confirmation. You're finally ready to step into the spotlight. Step into a new reality. There's the vibe coming through for you. Let's shuffle a few more times. You guys could be receiving a call about something. I just peeped the bottom of the deck and it's the Empress. This would make a lot of sense if you are attracting energy. You're in a very attractive feminine energy right now. That's the vibe you seem to be giving off. Or this could be something that you're not seeing about yourself. Okay, maybe you're looking at the world with like a lot of heart. You know, it's definitely giving like someone on their hero's journey, you know, on their redemption arc kind of vibe. Like a freshly knighted knight on his journey to make a name for himself. Okay, you're kind of giving me Gambit from the Marvel energy. He's like, I'm trying to make a name for myself. What movie was it in? I think it was in Wolverine and Deadpool, where he was kind of like, it doesn't matter if we survive or not, just make sure the world knows what we did here today, right? So definitely trying to make a name for yourself. And the Empress is still there. But look at how the heart has an eye in it. So you're definitely seeing things through the worldview of your heart and compassion and empathy, which is Empress energy. So it makes a lot of sense. A lot of you are in your Empress energy. And at the bottom of the deck from group 1, we do have desire and attraction. So you're in a very attractive energy right now. A lot of people are desiring you. Okay, that's the vibe you're in. Okay, a very different energy than group 1. Let's get into it. So please, Spirit, what is going on with the collective of group 2 right now? What energy? I wanted to ask, what energy are you embodying? That's not what the topic of the reading was originally. So what energy are they embodying? I guess. We have the 3 of Cups. You're being very social right now. You're being seen as a very social energy. This girl right here is giving me Kylie Jenner. This girl here always gives me Leah Kateb from season 6 of Love Island. And this girl here is reminding me of, I'm trying to remember her name. The girl from 𝐓𝐡𝐮𝐬𝐥. The rich one. Is it Yuri? Her name is Yuri. So she's making me think of Yuri from 𝐓𝐡𝐮𝐲, and they're all kind of like main character drama queen girlies, okay? Kylie is the most followed, one of the most followed people ever on Instagram. Leah was the most followed person from her season. I'm seeing 222 as I say that. And Yuri was the rich heiress, queen of the school, fashionable, you know, everyone loved her kind of thing. She was kind of like giving Queen Bee vibes. So all of these 3 women here are definitely coming through as your vibe. That could be the friend group around you. You're a bunch of bad bees, okay? She a baddie with her baddie friend kind of energy. And it's all because of the work you've been putting in, because this card here is calling out to me. I'm not going to take it, but there's something here about you working very hard to build your life in just the way you want it, okay? Blush could be important for some of you. Cheekbones and red lips and just red in general, okay? Red seems to be coming through a lot for something that looks good on my collective. We have the 4 of Swords. Yeah, you're in a period of rest. All these girlies kind of give pampered princess vibes, okay? Because Yuri, like I was saying, she's rich in the show, okay? She comes from money. She has the best clothes. She's kind of like a little bit spoiled, but she's not like, she doesn't act that way. Her personality isn't giving like spoiled and rotten. It's just her personality is like very grandeur, you know? It's very grandiose. It's very expensive, right? Okay? And then Leah, I think she grew up in like Calabasas, which is like where rich people grow up. So, and she has like horses and a farm and very much spoiled and pampered. And then Kylie, as we know, is a Nepo baby. So she's definitely spoiled and pampered. So all these girls are giving the same vibes. You're coming through as that, right? Or if you're self-made, you're a self-made, spoiled, pampered princess. But you're definitely giving the lifestyle they present on their social media or what Yuri represented in the show, because she's not a real person. She's a character. But Leah and Kylie are real people, right? Yeah, I just heard you're not beating the plastic surgery allegation, so I'm not sure if you wanted to, honestly, but that's coming through. But yeah, like I said, the desire and attraction at the bottom of the deck, you could be seen as someone who puts a lot of money and effort into how they look. Okay, anywho, let's keep going. What energy are my group 2s giving off right now? Please, Spirit, what energy are they giving off right now? Whew. Well, this card flew out first. And it makes a lot of sense with the Hierophant, because he's my hedonist card in this deck. My hedonist card for show. He wants all the best and finest things in life. The finest wine, cheeses. He has a daily charcuterie board. He lives the life of the rich and famous. That's the kind of energy Dionysus gives to me, okay? And then I guess since these cards flew out, we'll take them as well, okay? So here we have the King of Cups. So you're looking like very emotionally replete and happy at this moment. Like nothing is affecting you. If things are going bad in your life, because we do have the Nine of Swords coming out here. Why you feel like that? I was going to show you anyway. Don't piss me off, fool. Trying to be like, yeah, we're here. There's anxiety beneath the surface. Yeah, if there is, nobody can tell. Great, okay? You're coming off as very peaceful and serene, okay? Unbothered. And then we have the Nine of Coins, exactly. And then we have the Four of Coins. So you're definitely saving up. There's something you've been saving up for that you're finally able to purchase, or people are seeing you as someone who has money to save and put away. You have a nice, cute little nest egg. That's the vibe coming through. So people are seeing you as very well off, okay? I don't know if that's true or not, but it's coming through. And I just saw 555 to confirm that, okay? So there could be some changes in your life where people are seeing you dress a little bit more bougie. They're seeing you buy a little bit more expensive stuff. They're kind of like, like what is she doing? They can kind of tell that you are making a little bit more money because your lifestyle is changing. It's giving me there's like a post on social media, like if I won the lottery, there will be signs, is the vibe coming through. You may not have won the lottery, but there are signs that you are definitely like, you have some affluence to you now, okay? You're living a life of means. Because people are looking at you like, what's going on with her? Like, she got the newest bag, got the newest shoe, got the newest whatever it is. And they're kind of like, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? You can tell she leveled up in life because she never used to wear that. She never used to act like that. She never used to be like that. So maybe your personality is getting a boost as well, okay? Or the aura around you. Like, you know, what do they call it? Aura framing, whatever the heck these alpha freaking kids are saying now. Like, they be turning to the side and talking about their jaw sharp. Like, what are you talking about? Like, yo, they be killing me. Okay, because my cousin, she be at home, she just be talking about all this stuff. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, I feel so out of the loop, but I know I'm still cool. I'm not going through no quarter life crisis talking about, I don't feel cool anymore. What y'all saying are lame, okay? I don't like it. It's very confusing and nasty to me. Because why are you turning to the side talking about your jaw is sharp? Whatever do you mean? Like, and girls too. Who wants a sharp jawline as a girl? That's a guy thing, right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Anywho, like a lot of speculation. People are like, is that jawline even hers or his? Y'all are funny. Like, y'all making people laugh. Y'all getting the conversation going, right? I'm hearing, who cares? It's provocative. Like the end of that song. I think it's like, is it Ninjas in Paris with Kanye West and Jay-Z? Where like there's like a character, I think it's from a movie, I don't freaking know, but there are characters at the end of the song talking about who cares? It's provocative. And that is literally what people are talking about you. Maybe you're dressing more provocatively, or people are just now noticing you, you know? People are seeing the worth, the value in you and your looks and your personality. And like I said, your aura is just like glowing literally with the Empress vibe that was coming through. And then we have the Three of Cups. You're being more social, going out more. People want to be around you is the kind of vibe that you're going through. You're a complete breath of fresh air, child, because group one was kind of ghetto. And I think people are also seeing you as a breath of fresh air because it came through, period. But the Four of Swords is kind of like a chill vibe, could be a thing. Even when you're in a social setting, you come off as a cool cat, right? I'm seeing James with a Z from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, how everyone kind of wanted to be his friend, okay? Then he was just like very slow walking, slow talking, like that's so chill, man. You know what I mean? It's the energy coming through. So maybe you are someone who just like makes the vibe more chill, you smooth and you know, mellow things out is the kind of vibe coming through here. And then we have the Hierophant. So you still be having a good time and turning up, but your vibe is always chill, grounded. You're not getting crazy or getting drunk or getting sloppy is the kind of energy coming through. You come through, have a good time, up the vibes, and you dip, you know? Maybe some of you are known for Irish goodbyes because that's coming through as well. You come in and then you kind of like slither on out and don't be saying, you don't really tell nobody bye is the kind of vibe coming through. Then we have the King of Cups. You kind of went through that already. Then we have the Nine of Swords. Even if you are someone who's like giving you have like a little bit of anxiety underneath this in social interactions or just in general, people can't tell it all. So that's the vibe we're coming through as, okay? Can we fit all these cards here? But yeah, you're definitely given energy of making a little bit more money. The Hierophant is like someone who seems to have their life together. Okay, people want to ask what's going on, where did you get that, what are you doing kind of energy, because the Hierophant is a helpful hand, a helping hand, a leg up. Okay, maybe some of you are running, I guess, successful businesses on the side as well, because I'm thinking about how Leah, every time I see her lately, she's like promoting her new fragrance, and I forgot what it's called, but she's kind of like, it's like a burst of like fruity, beautiful, like if you want to smell like candy, sweet energy. And I forgot what she called her new fragrance, but Leah 𝐓𝐻𝐾𝐬 from, like I said, Love Island season 6 has a new perfume now. But her whole brand in life is quite luxurious. Like I said, she has horses, and horses are expensive to take care of and also buy and own. You know, you have to have land first and foremost, and then it just depends on the kind of horses. I think even in an interview like a while ago, I was seeing how she was telling the interviewer how she wants to own like every different kind of species. And I'm like, there's species of horse. Like, I know there's like thoroughbred and this and that, but I never really got into it. But she's very much into that very affluent life, because no one who's owning horses is broke. Okay, let's be real here. Okay, no one who's buying or selling horses is broke. It's like I think it's $1 million, probably $1 billion business. Because I feel like I was reading a book about like ranchers who owned horses, and they were going for hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably even millions for one freaking horse. I think there's like thoroughbreds and then purebreds, or I don't freaking know. But I know there's like specific horses that are more expensive than others. And there's racing horses that people buy to put in races, like all this kind of stuff. That's the kind of life you're in, honey. I know nothing about that, but that's the energy you're giving. Country club, cricket, okay? That's what's coming through for y'all. I don't know, golf, tennis. Those are the rich sports, the affluent sports, where all the rich people come out and watch. Okay? Oh boy, the US Open could be important for somebody here. I'm trying to think of the is it the Kentucky Derby? That's like cars though. But I know F1 and races like that are also where a lot of affluent people like to be. I'm also hearing Saint-Tropez. Okay, the French Riviera could be a thing as well. Italy. But what is the name of it? I can't think of it, but it's like there's like a seasonal thing where people come and race horses and bet and stuff like that. Like that's where the rich people be at, right? I'm trying to remember where I was reading a book and there was something about that there. And it was like people in England, and I think he was it a duke or something? He was a duke or one of those affluent titles. And his character was supposed to be at this big event, but he was dating a girl who was like from the freaking Bronx, and she was like, was it Puerto Rican? I think she was half Puerto Rican, half Irish or something, and he was dating her. What's the name of the freaking book? It's one of my favorite books ever, child. The man's name was Xavier, okay, and he was sexy the way she described him. And anywho, I'm being way ahead of myself. He was someone who inherited a title from his father, and it was like a big affluent title with a bunch of land in the countryside of England. And he was supposed to go to one of those events where there was a bunch of horses and things like that. That's what I'm getting for you guys. I don't know what they're called, but that's what you're giving, that kind of lifestyle. Here we have the Tower in reverse. It kind of felt that way, so I guess we'll keep it that way. I don't freaking know. We have the Tower, so maybe you're being seen as someone who's like gotten their life together. Maybe you aren't to those levels yet with all the money and affluence. Maybe you are getting closer to that, and you are spending a little bit more money, but you are not at like, you know, partying with the rich and famous yet, but you're getting there. I feel like there's the energy coming through here. You kind of seem like you have it all together. What vibe are my group 2s giving right now? Not me skipping ahead. I was just thinking about, how am I going to film group 3? And there they all go. We have the 2 of coins. Interesting. We have the 2 of coins in reverse. A lot of these cards come out in reverse. Okay. The 2 of coins upright is about making a decision and balancing your schedule. I think this in reverse is kind of giving the same energy. I'm not really getting an opposite message in this context here. The 4 of swords, you're someone who's like better at making decisions. You know what I mean? But you could be better at concealing the decisions you are making. Could be a vibe as well, okay? Ooh, I'm seeing 1444. So protecting your energy is a big thing as well. That could be a vibe. Maybe you're like going out less, could be a thing too for some of you, not for everyone, honestly. But the Two of Pentacles in reverse could mean you're not balancing work and play. Now it's all play or it's all work, right? Okay, this card flew out. It's the Queen of Swords. Interesting. The Queen of Swords is like a very quirky, bold, honest, blunt, frank, intelligent energy. Witty, funny, serious, stern. Maybe you're coming off a little bit intimidating. She's an intimidating queen. She is. Her and the Queen of Wands are intimidating queens in different ways, okay? The Queen of Wands in like a more bossy, I will kind of cut your head off and scream at you kind of way. The Queen of Swords like a cold and detached kind of way. So you could be coming through with someone's more cold and detached. Yeah, and I feel like people who are seen as like rich can give that kind of snooty, cold energy to them. So you're definitely giving like old white woman that's rich and comes from old money kind of energy. And it's funny because in group 1 I was mentioning going to a picnic on Saturday and how it was so beautiful in Central Park. And then in the same vein, I'm gonna bring that up again, but it's funny how when we were sitting there, there's not many bathrooms in Central Park, and the only bathroom that we were close to was in some kind of tavern place. And I remember like a few people from our group went, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't gotta use the bathroom yet, right? So they went, and then I think when they went into the actual bathroom, they said the line was too long. So one of the ladies said, okay, forget that. I'm gonna go into the tavern, the mall, or the place where there's food and everything. There's gonna be a bathroom in there, right? And they go in there and they say everyone is like dressed to the nines. Everyone is dressed all fancy and it's like old money in there, and how they were a few of the girls were scared to go in there and you know, be judged and not allowed in or whatever. And one of the white ladies was like, I don't care, I just went in. Just tell them I'm gift shopping. I'm in the gift shop kind of energy. I need the bathroom. And I'm like, only a white woman. No tea, no shade on her. She was a very lovely woman. She was like, oh, just tell me you're in there. I could be visiting the gift shop. I could be visiting the gift shop. Let me use the bathroom. And I'm like, only certain demographics have that kind of audacity, because a minority or someone who is instantly looked down upon and judged in today's society would not have the audacity, unless they have some affluence to them, to come up in here and tell them, or they're used to that lifestyle, to tell these people, well, I'm just shopping at the gift shop. You don't know what I'm in here for. Let me use the bathroom. I'm like, that's kind of interesting, you know? Even so much so that one of my friends was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait until I get to work to use the bathroom, because she was scared of going in there and being looked down upon. She's like a minority as well, you know? She's a brown-skinned girl, right? But the Hispanic brown skin, right? Anywho, that's kind of what this is giving me. You know, the lady who's like not afraid to do anything, and you know, people are scared of her if anything. They're afraid to tell her no and put her down and, you know, do something to her, is the kind of energy more than you being scared of people. It's giving people are giving a little bit scared of you, okay? And it's because you're giving this affluent energy. The Queen of Swords is coming through as someone who kind of knows what she wants. And she's also coming through with Cersei, who's like, I think the goddess of like witchcraft and transfiguration and turning men into animals kind of thing. So it's very much giving, ooh, stay away from her. She's kind of prickly. You know what I mean? That's the vibe you're giving off. Or don't talk to her. She's not someone you should be talking to, right? Or him, them, right? Honestly. We have the Nine of Cups. Exactly. We have the King of Cups and we have the Nine of Cups. You're definitely giving someone who's quite satisfied, quite smug with yourself. You're living your best life, honestly. And it's because the Nine of Cups, your wishes come true. The life you always wanted to live is like where you're emotionally happy, whether it is money or not. That has something to do with that. But we had a confirmation right there. As for the money, I heard ding dong. So it could be money for a lot of years. It's just you're giving energy, like I said, just complete happiness and fulfillment, repletion. You have 2 9s coming through so far. What energy is group 3 giving? You have the Chariot. So you've definitely moved on and moved forward on from this 9 of Swords energy. We have the Queen of Wands. We called her and she came. That's funny. I'm hearing call me, beat me, if you want to reach me. Could be an energy as well. So maybe your phone is definitely blowing up lately. Let's get one more card. What vibe and energy are my group choosing right now? Appreciate you. What is this? The Five of Swords in reverse. It's definitely giving you've done all the contemplation work. You've done all the inner healing work. And now it's just time for you to pop off. Is the energy coming through? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. Exactly. Now it's just time for you to pop off. You've gone through all the work. That's what people didn't see. They didn't see you struggling and fighting for your life to get to this affluence you've reached. They didn't see all of it. They just see the aftermath. And they're kind of like, oh, wow, this person has really, you know, made a change, and they're, you know, happier, you know, you look a little bit better, you look more plump, and you know what I mean? Like I said, you could have like lost a lot of weight, could be a thing as well. And people are like, oh, she got surgery. Or you could definitely have been someone who been in the gym trying to grow your butt, and your butt is growing slowly but surely. And the first thing they want to say before congratulations is, oh, it's fake, you bought it. Even if you did buy it, I could afford it. You can't, you're mad. Like, is the energy coming through here, right? There are certain things you're doing right now that people would always have wanted to do, or they want to do, and they can't do it. So like a lot of jibber jabber and gossip and chitting and chatting about you right now going on in the collective. The vibe you're giving off is rich, happy, fulfilled, okay? Sexy, getting whatever you want, okay? Confident, brave and bold, a little cold, bars. And they mad. Very social, seeing friends, going out, being able to rest when you want to rest, right? And that could also be what that Four of Swords clarified by the Two of Coins is. There's no need for you to have to juggle and balance anything, because now you're in an energy of just receiving and flowing. I've worked, I've done the work. Now it's just time for me to relax and party. So there's no need for me to balance work and play, because I'm just in a state of rest all the time. This is funny. Let me get comfortable, because I'm literally at the edge of the seat. I'm like, what's going on here? And my thighs is like, girl, please fix your position. Oh boy. That could have been a thing you did as well. You fix your position. I do believe the Queen of Swords gives me an energy of like a really ramrod, back straight, not a hair out of place teacher with a ruler to slap on your desk when you're doing wrong kind of vibe is what she kind of gives me. So very much intimidated. Worldly is also coming through as well. So you could be very well traveled. You are traveling quite often. And I think I was naming like the French Riviera and Italy and all those kind of places. Maybe drinking a lot of wine, eating a lot of food, going to a lot of parties, hosting parties, you know, charcuterie boards, all those, you know, rich and famous lifestyle energy coming through. You're doing that. This person we have, Outcast, is very much coming through as you are someone. Oh, look at the bird. Hey, come back. I just saw a red robin outside. I swear I don't be seeing birds. Y'all would think I don't see birds. And I tell you, I really don't. Because just a few videos ago, it was like a American robin that I saw, or American something. And I'm like, oh, I've never seen that bird before. Just to look it up, and Google's like, oh, it's a very common bird. I'm like, I've never seen it before. I promise on my life, I've never seen that bird before. But a yellow belly. And they're like, oh, it's a common bird. Lies. And I just saw this beautiful red bird outside. And I don't see those birds often either, but I have seen them more often than the other birds. So it's fine. Red, and I was saying something about red in the beginning of the reading. Yeah, red, which is like Mars energy. It's associated with Mars, so very bold, okay? Going after what you want, fighting, overcoming, being a little bit of a savage, right? I'm a savage. Na-na. You could be your Megan Thee Stallion era, because right now she's very, like, things are going well for her. She's acting. She got her nice man in Klay Thompson. She got her little family because her mom passed. She doesn't really have family. So, like, I think his family kind of adopted her. Like, her career is going great. She's being sponsored. Like, she's just having a good run right now. And that could be an energy coming through for you guys. And it's not even because of her music. It's because of everything else going on in her life. That's making her life so good. Okay? And it's funny because she was doing, like, a blind taste test or whatever, where she was like reviewing the Luffy bento box from Popeyes. And she went to her Popeyes in Miami and got the whole, like, the set that comes with everything. Because not every Popeyes has everything, but her Popeyes did. And she was reviewing it, she was tasting it, she was like, you know, oh, this is cool, and like giving us a little rundown of what it comes with. And I think it was like it was like a keychain or something, I feel like. And she was like, I'm going to put this on one of my Birkins. And I'm like, your Birkins? You have multiple? And I think those bags run for like $20,000 and up. They're not cheap bags at all. So it's kind of like that's the energy you're giving right now. She just casually dropped, yeah, I'm going to put this on one of my Birkins. And I'm like, Megan, shut your, like, shut up. Okay, girl, you got a Birkin. Like, it's the energy. She had me screaming in that little video she did, but it's kind of giving that. Yeah, you have people sending you things, like giving PR and things like that. Maybe some of you are influencers, you're getting a little more deals and you're feeling yourself. And I feel like when you are validated in that kind of way by people saying, I love your work, I want to give you free stuff to just talk about, you start feeling more confident in yourself. So it doesn't have to mean you're making millions right now, but you're in an energy where people are thinking, oh, this person's like, they're really doing their dang thing, you know? I'm talking too much, I apologize. Here we have creativity. We have Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. So you're definitely giving king energy, royalty, right? The outcast and royalty and creativity. You know, the outcast always gives me Aquarius energy. So you could definitely be in your Aquarius bag where your unique talents and things are making you money. You're using it creatively. Okay, let's get the book and read about the outcast. I think this is about a guy who turns himself into a bug. What kind of life is that? I could never imagine. I would cry. We have 26. Having to live a life as a bug? Nuh-uh. To be stomped on? No. Here we have the outcast, isolation, rejection, alienation. Then we did have the hermit still at the bottom of the deck. So definitely keeping more to yourself when it's not people who are on the same level as you. Because like I was saying in this card up here, yeah, you are hanging out and having fun with the girls. But Kylie, Leah, and Yuri would be in the same kind of group. They would be the same, cut from the same cloth. They wouldn't be hanging out with people who are beneath them. You know, energy. They may be, but they are known for having a circle of people who are on the same level as them. So that's what I was kind of saying, where you be getting your money up and surrounding yourself with people who are also getting their money up. So you're like seeing like you and your baddie friend, right? Anywho, we have an outcast may laugh at their predicament, shunned or so it seems by society or their peers. And I was talking about people, you know, talking about you. Maybe you feel shunned by other people because you're not in the same tax bracket anymore. And you're kind of like, oh man, I don't really feel comfortable around here no more. Like, I kind of feel like y'all might mug me or something. Please don't make me laugh. I have a kink in my neck and I can't do too much. I slept wrong last night, but I just want to laugh because that's hilarious. Like I kind of feel a little unsafe around here now. I don't know about this. Excuse me. But one must temper laughter with the clarity of vision. Look at me laughing it off. Please. Outcasts make history. Outcasts may very well stand atop rather than apart. What you must consider is how you walk the hazy jurisdiction between individuality and communality. So like being someone who's like too hard to reach and too high above the rest, and coming off as someone who like is, you know, a common folk, you know? Anywho, we have Gregor's transformation into a monstrous insect casts him into the realm of the outcast, where he becomes a mirror of society's fear and rejection. Ooh. His alienation reflects the deeper question of identity and the fragile connection between self and others. Gregor's fate serves as a haunting reminder of the cost of losing one's humanity. So that with the Queen of Swords could definitely be giving a vibe of you are maybe seeing out of touch. Could be a vibe coming through, so you're seeming a little out of touch, you know? With all the things happening in the world, if you are being someone who's just like, oh, look at my Birkin bag and look at this bento box gift card or gift that Popeye sent me, right? You are giving a little out of touch for some people, and that could also be leading to some kind of gossip, right? People be haters, child. Anywho, get it how you live it, okay? Thank you. We have creativity with 52. Let's get into that. Oh boy, we have creativity, vision, play, and adaptability. Maybe you are being seen as someone who used to be more outcasted, who's now being accepted widely, or someone who's in a hermit mode who's now being more outward presenting and more, you know, in their element, right? Because these two are vastly different, right? Maybe you're being seen as an outcast because you're in a different bracket now and you're doing things that people around you can't relate to, or you used to be seen as an outcast and a hermit with the card coming out earlier, and now you're stepping more into this king on a grand stage energy, okay? But basically, we have creativity is calling you to express yourself in new and imaginative ways, whether through art, writing, or problem solving. Let your creativity flow without restraint. Now is the time to bring your ideas into the world, okay? Tap into your creative potential and allow inspiration to flow freely. That's something you're definitely doing as well. It says, an epic adventure journey to the west follows a Buddhist monk sent from feudal China to India to retrieve sacred texts. He has 3 magical companions, including the mischievous Sun Wukong, a trickster hero monkey with mystical powers who embodies the human spirits of ingenuity, playfulness, and pride. So you're definitely embodying the energy right now. Okay, you're definitely coming through with some ingenious creativity, doing things that people aren't doing, okay? You're coming through with some who's like a little bit more playful and then very much proud of yourself, okay? That's what we have for that. Let us keep going. We're going to get some cards from this deck here to see what other energy you're embodying. And then at the end, we're going to get into the what comes next, I guess. Because every pile was different. For group 1, it was like what comes after the little hectic time we're going through. For you, I guess, same. What comes after this, new success? What can continue to keep building and coming into your life? Okay, please spur what energy are they embodying right now? Group 2. What's going on in their life right now? We have the Mask. Look at this, going from someone who is like happy to sad, sad to happy. Could be a big energy coming through. And then we have the Man with Mars. And was it red kept coming through? Don't piss me off. One more card, please, Spirit. And then we have the Garden? The Park. I always say garden is park. Okay, thank you. The park, which is like about being in the public eye and being outside, people watching you, playfulness, events in society kind of energy, which is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Cotillion can be important as well as what I'm just hearing. That's not the word I was looking for earlier. That's a different word. And then here we have the clouds, right? So like after the storm, you are in your sun energy. So there is an energy here of you guys coming out of a period of like sadness or being outcast or being by yourself. And now you're kind of making more friends. Things are a little bit unsure, but now your creativity has awarded you a new life. Okay? This is gorgeous. I kind of feel like this would be group 1 if they were to come back and watch this reading in like a few months or so. Their life is going to be changing or different. Maybe somebody's watching both. Okay, let's get the bookity book back. Book. We have 20, the Park. Park. When you are going to a party, a concert, or a business meeting, I am sure to show up in your readings. These are things that you're doing for sure. You will find me in a reunion or a retreat, a riot, or a picnic. A riot is very outcast, the interview, or a picnic, in which is I mentioned in the freaking reading. Don't piss me off. Maybe y'all gonna be in that restaurant there full of old money, or you would have been if y'all was there and I was there at the same time. We have, I like crowds and public events, so naturally, I am good with all of your networking intent. So networking could be a thing coming through for you as well. Next, we have the Mask. Let's go to the Mask, which is 40. Look deep into your soul. For whose amusement do you play? I balance the contradictions and encompass the opposites. I project your emotions or hide them. When I land to your right, I bring joy to light. This landed to the right. It's kind of in the middle, but it ended to the right of this card. So we'll take it. But if I land to your left, not the left, melancholy is in sight. I can be the face to suit any situation. All parts I can play, the truth or disguise. I am your creation. Creation coming through once again. There can definitely be a part that you seem to be playing, or people think you're playing a part right now, but you're just evolving into a, more evolved version of you. You're changing. You're growing and glowing. Oh, this neck, now it's bothering me. When you talk about something, it definitely starts bothering you. Oh boy. Or maybe you could be code switching as well. where you're acting like happy with certain people, then you're acting sad and moody with other people, then you're acting, you know, a little snooty with some people, then you're acting very bold and courageous with other people. It's definitely giving living different lives, right? With friends, you act one way, family one way, at work, it's another way kind of energy. Yeah, naturally shifting in and out of the energy. So the vibe the mask takes on. Okay, let's get into 28, which is the man. I think it's pretty straightforward. They're talking about a dominating and control man. So maybe you're in your masculine energy, you know? Could definitely be a thing coming through here. Because this will be man number 2. This optional second man in the reverie might be used to provide a specific reference. This is page 44. Look at that. I just noticed that. Okay, a specific reference for a reading or serve for a same-sex relationship, or provide a choice that might be better represent, or provide a choice that might better represent the personality of the male subject of the reading. In this second version, a strong-looking man wears a red cloak, his bare chest showing a masculine Mars symbol and a pendant. He looks to the right of the card and appears determined and passionate. That's the energy you're coming through as. The card is lit with a golden background that communicates essential power. So you're coming through with something very powerful, and the clouds are pretty straightforward as well. It's talking about overcoming the dark, overcoming the light overcoming the dark, depending on which way the card is facing. But here it's in the middle, so it doesn't really have a way that's going to be facing. But it says the clouds. I am dark on one side and light on the other. Conflicts and doubts I am sure to bring. You will not be able to see clearly. I will block your perception and let confusion reign. One thing I promise for sure is that I will pass, because the sun always shines after the storm is past. Okay, that's what's coming through. Now let's see what is to come. What's more to come. You're in this energy. Life is good. You're socializing. All that good jazz. What's to come? What can you keep expecting to happen? For group 2, please, Spirit. We have the groom. Ooh, we have husband marriage. Interesting. Did that come through in group 1? Group 1 got the bride, maybe, or something like that. I think it might have been groom. Whew, we have survival and power. So if you're feeling like, are you going to survive in this new life you're living, you will. Okay? It's very much a change of pace, but you will survive. Because you're this man with the Mars pendant. Okay? This could be a man coming into your life as well. The Lenormand is always about things happening in and around you, please. And you, stop it, behave. But around you. So this man could be coming in. Then we have the groom. Stop. Some of you are going to be attracting a husband soon. Okay? They're very clear about that, because we have the man that's going to be very intentional and active and chasing and pursuing you. And then we have the groom, which is marriage. Interesting. Here we have the peacock, pregnancy and wealth. Interesting. Wow. Pregnancy and wealth? Okay. I mean, that would make sense if you're getting married to someone. Y'all have some money now, you can have some kids, right? Here we have change and purity. So change is on the horizon. Changes in getting married if you have a partner, meeting someone you're going to marry if you don't have a partner, getting pregnant if you have a partner and you are getting married, getting pregnant if you just have a partner. Like, so many different scenarios are playing out here. Take which one resonates for you. Okay, what is to come for my group 2s? What the heck? We have bride. Don't make me scream. And we have I, envy and protection. What was I saying the whole freaking reading? People are looking at you having stuff to say. Protect yourself, please. People are so, ugh. Like, I've been getting this energy the whole reading, which is why you're just like, oh, she getting surgery? Oh, are they getting this? Are they doing that? They think they're better than us? Da, 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 da. And I'm seeing 3838. And look what came out. The card, that was at the bottom of the deck, the whole reading. We have desire and attraction. That's coming through. Because you're living in this energy, everyone wants to be around. You're getting, making new friends, going to different experiences. And then you have this one eye just always clocking and looking at you like, oh, what is she doing? She thinks she's good now? Or she thinks she's too good for us? Da, 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 da. We have the 9 of Cups coming through for you and the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're making money and doing things you always wanted to do and everybody's mad. Don't piss me off. Here we have the Lion, strength and success, which also came through for group 1. You guys can be connected to group 1 in a way. Wow. Okay, that's what I have for you guys. That's all the cards, right? That's all we can pull from this deck. I didn't pull from this deck for group 1, but I guess we can pull from it for you. Here we have no. If you had a question, the answer is no. It's not the right time. Maybe in regards to having a baby or something. Not me thinking I pull all the cards for them. Here we have they'll be back. Interesting. Expect to hear from them soon. Maybe you're waiting for a message from somebody. Ooh, the tea is piping. Interesting. And with that male energy coming through here, yeah, there could be someone very heavily in your energy wanting to say something or do something with you. Here we have a love spell. Wow, you've been bewitched. So love is definitely in the cards for you guys. We have cycles, which is exactly what came through in this change in purity. We have fate, karma, something ending for something to begin. Okay, so a part of your life is ending for something to begin. And then we have a confession. Wow, someone has something to tell you. These cards, wow, they added something to the reading that I wasn't expecting. Let's get one more because I like even numbers. Can we get one more card, please, Spirit? What's coming in for the collective? Wow, not a love spell. They'll be back in a confession. What the heck? Someone is under your spell, so expect a confession. For some of you, it's someone who you've been with before. And we have freaking manifest. Wow, this is you. You're manifesting your dream life, and it's including all these little, different things playing a part. We have tell the universe exactly what you want. This is a prime time for manifesting right now. And you could be on prime time television, or you are someone's prime time television. If you are someone who makes, content or something, people wait for your energy to come through because you're going to be like, shh, my show is on kind of vibes, okay? But that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you for joining this reading, as always. If you would ever want to book a personal reading to get more, intricate details for what's happening for you specifically, you can always book with me using my email in the description box below. If you want to join the membership on the channel, you can always do that, okay? By clicking the link in the description box below right above the timestamps, okay? But if this reading resonated, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever, I said that already. That's what happens when you go out of order. Maybe you are switching things up and doing things differently, because I switched up my outro and I'm like, now I'm kind of confused. My body's like, oh, this is what you say after. And I'm like, no, it's not already. Anyway, I hope you're having a beautiful morning. Hype the video if you feel called to do so. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. So thank you for joining me here today. Today, we're going to be getting into a reading about you, your energy, what's going on with you right now, a little bit of an energy check-in. Because I tend to realize every time you watch a tarot reading, it's always about other people, how they feel, what they want from us, what's going on around them. And I know we love to think that we know ourselves, but sometimes it's kind of hard to see yourself from is it biased or unbiased or outside point of view. So we're going to be getting into your energy, okay? So what's going on with you right now? What kind of energy are you giving off? Okay. Let me get straight to the point. Move a little bit closer. Maybe you're moving a bit closer to your goals and dreams. That's the vibe you're in right now. I'm hearing every step you take. So every step you take, every move you make, every breath every smile you fake, every something, I'll be watching you. The police is coming through. And funnily enough, that was a channel message on my TikTok a week ago. I can never remember. At least a week ago, that message was coming through over on TikTok. So there could be an energy here of someone is watching you. And as soon as I said that, you guys can see how the sun came and started shining in on the room, and it's shining right in my eyes. So there could be something here about, yeah, someone is definitely watching you. There's a spotlight on you right now, energetically, okay, or energy-wise. This person could be a Leo because the sun represents Leo, or you can be seen as someone who's kind of embodying a very bright, sunny, happy, positive energy right now. I'm hearing bubbly as well. So that could definitely be there's positive changes happening all around you, and it's making you feel like life is finally choosing you for once. You feel chosen. Someone could have chosen you or will be choosing you soon, and it's gonna make you very happy, right? Very seen, because now it's it started getting dimmer and then it started getting brighter again. So yeah, there's definitely something here about that. So big Leo energy. So being on a grand stage, center of attention kind of energy. Let's get some cards. So please, Spirit, tap into the energy of my group threes. What energy are they in right now? What's the vibe? What's the vibe? You have the 10 of coins. Yeah, you look happy. You look well fed. Okay, you look satisfied. You look stable, right? like you're eating good, sleeping good, living good. Maybe you're like extra smiley and vibrant wherever you go. Maybe you have more pep in your step. Okay, maybe you were someone who used to look tired all the time. Now you look well rested, right? I'm seeing someone who could have like bags under their eyes, or you're prone to have dark circles. And it seems like you're getting a little bit more sleep. I'm being called to an example in my life. So for example, I was like, I don't know, I was like down bad. Like even in the winter when we had an extra hour, no matter how many times or hours I slept, I was still waking up exhausted. And I'm like, you know what? This ain't it. This is not for me. And then I looked into it and they said you could have like zinc deficiencies and all kinds of stuff. So you know what? And actually in that moment, in that time period, I was not taking my health seriously, right? So maybe the sun coming through and brightening up the reading is like a vitality within you that's kind of getting bigger and bolder, you know? But health could be a thing coming through. So, but anyway, yeah, I was looking into it and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to start, improving my health. So I was looking into detoxes. I was looking into, zinc, more vitamin D, things that I always knew I was deficient in whenever I went to the hospital. And then I got this new, like, what do you call it? Pill, zinc and what was it? What's the other one? Vitamin D. And I got it. No, I think it's iron. Not zinc. I don't know why I'm saying zinc, y'all. I could be deficient in zinc too. That's probably the confirmation right there. But I think it was iron and vitamin D that I got. And I got it from this brand that I was seeing. And I started using it. I started feeling worlds apart from how I used to feel. I would wake up not tired. Right now, and it's funny because before I started this reading, I was like, it's interesting that usually by group 3 I'm tired and my head hurts, but I'm pushing through to get the reading out. And your reading before, I don't usually notice things like that. But before your reading started, I noticed how I was taking my deep breath, getting ready to start your reading, and I noticed I didn't have a headache. I noticed I didn't feel tired or ready to go home or just exhausted from the day. I usually always have a headache or some kind of tension headache or something. My eyes are hurting, you know what I mean? But for your reading, I'm I feel good for this time of day when I'm usually more tired. And the sun is coming out again, as I'm sure you can see. But I feel there's something here around that. You're looking brighter and happier and younger and more youthful, or you decided to start taking care of your body a little bit more. And it's showing in your outer appearance. Because lately, and I realized there was a difference when I started forgetting to take the pills at that. I always had them on my vanity at home, and I would always take them when I came home from work, because some of the pills you have to take with food. So I would have to wait for me to come home and eat some food before I could take them, and I decided to take them together. So the one that I was taking to be less tired, I would forget to take because I couldn't take the other one that needed to be taken with food. So I started getting off track, and I started realizing, oh my gosh, I'm getting tired. But then after I took them last night, and I'm waking up and I'm doing the reading and I'm midday, 6 o'clock right now. And I'm still full of life and good. I'm okay, the pills have been helping. Yes. So that could definitely be a vibe coming through for you guys. You're looking more alert, happier, healthier, more vital, full of life, if you will, okay? 10 of Cups, definitely that. And then we have the cornucopia, so very abundant, right? But also there's a security to you. You could be feeling more you're holding your own. You feel more like yourself, or, self-assured. Could be an energy coming through as well. But anywho, let's keep going. Please spirit the energy for group 3. What energy are they giving off right now, please? What's going on with them? You could be like I said, holding your own, but in the way where you're becoming secure in your job, or you got a raise, or you're buying a house. You kind of feel more grown up, That's kind of what I'm getting here. Maybe you have more grown up activities. Here we have the King of Cups. Yeah, there's something here about happiness, emotional well-being as well. You just seem you're I'm hearing riding on a high. Here we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. And then these cards fall out as well. We have the Ace of Cups. Okay. So maybe you're riding on a new emotional high. Maybe you have already met someone and that happiness of being all loved up is making you more happy. And then we have the Queen of Wands. It wants to come out of reverse. So maybe you're being less arrogant, less harsh, less maybe self-absorbed. Could be an energy coming through as well. And people are noticing that. Maybe you're more mellow, more caring, more kind, like more earth sign energies and water energies instead of wands and swords, I kind of feel like. So you're being a little bit more grounded, mellow, chill, instead of like always high strung. You know, maybe you're someone's like maturing in that kind of way, where people who are youthful always want to get up and run here and run there and always want to be in business and be in the streets and, you know, doing different things. They can, and they can juggle those things. They have the youth. Other than when you get older, you're just like, you know, I just want to be in the house watching TV. You know, maybe you're more at home, which is why we have the 10 of Pentacles coming through. Okay, peace, spirit, what's going on in my group 3's energy? And then we have the 2 of Coins. Yeah, you're not juggling so many things anymore because it came out in reverse. So you're no longer juggling all these things. You may have found like a balance in life where you get to do everything and get everything done in like a timely manner. Your schedule's like the perfect, you know, at the perfect place. You're not doing too many things, but you're doing just enough things, getting everything done in a timely manner. You still have time to do everything. That's how I feel when I finish work, and then I do readings, then I do YouTube, then I do TikTok, and then I go home. And I like get undressed. I'm editing videos for TikTok, editing videos for YouTube, uploading a video on YouTube while also editing and uploading a video on TikTok. It sounds so draining when I say it, but like getting it done, I'm finding like a balance. So when I still am able to watch an episode of Supernatural or watch a quick movie before I go to sleep, I know I had a good day. Because if I'm going home and I have no time to do any of those things, I know, because I was posting a video and editing and I didn't have enough time. But I'm finding a little like, you know, pick up in my schedule where I'm able to do everything, get everything done, and go to sleep with a smile after watching a show that I'm trying to catch up on or something. So when I'm able to watch a show or a movie or something in my bed without being tired and falling right to sleep, I know it was a good, productive day. And that's the kind of energy you're getting into. You've got like a schedule down pat, a routine down pat, where everything is getting done, you know? And you're feeling like you're winning at life. It's the kind of vibe you guys are in right now, okay? So that's what's coming through very strongly here. No more juggling, trying to run here, run there, do everything all at once, and not having enough time for yourself at the end of the day, not even having enough time to take a vitamin, to eat a food, to do something, you know? You're getting into like a good like groove. Maybe you're dancing more as well. Maybe you're getting out to the sun a little bit more. So I'm hearing vitamin D. Maybe some of you are zinc and vitamin D. And what was the other one? Iron deficient. And those are things you're taking care of now. Maybe naturally, maybe with supplements, maybe through exercise. I don't freaking know what you're doing, but it's definitely giving like a well-rounded life with the 10 of Pentacles coming through here, okay? Especially with the King of Cups, you're taking care of yourself, okay? I'm hearing you're numero uno. That's funny. What's the vibe of group 3, please, Spirit? What's their vibe right now? The Queen of Wands is like an energy of putting you first, right? Very much giving cookie, telling Lucius, I gotta put me first, okay? We have the Queen of Cups coming through. Wow, so we have like a 2. I might as well just put her there, right? But she wants to come out here. The Queen of Cups is like kind of tying into this whole nurturing vibe going on with you right now. 10 of Cups is like a homemaker energy. Maybe you're buying a new home and that's something you're doing. Now you're spending more time at home because the way rent and you know, leases and mortgages set up, well, I look like paying all that just to be running in the streets. Okay, I paid for this home. I settled down. I'm seeing 11-11, so you're definitely in like a groove and alignment, a new phase of your life. Could be something coming through as well. A wish of yours came true, and now you're luxuriating in that energy. Okay, of a wish come true, the aftermath of that. But yeah, the way mortgage and bills and all them things them is set up, after all them things is paid now, what I look like going outside to buy food when there's food at home? Okay, what I look like going outside to hang out with friends and having to spend all this kind of money when there's food and friends and things at home? Y'all better come over to my house. I'll have dinner party is what 10 of Pentacles is giving me in this instance. Oh, I'm gonna have a get together. Everybody bring a dish or something, or I'll, you know, host something and we all hang out at the hizzy. Because I'm paying rent and I'm never at home because I'm working all the time. So when I'm at home, I'm enjoying my time at home. Okay? It's giving, I said what I said, I'm not coming. Right? Is energy coming through, but like you're feeling safe and happy at home. So it's definitely giving me, you just bought a new home and you're having fun decorating it, homemaking. You got a new home, or you just renovated your kitchen is another example, and you're spending a lot of time and enjoying cooking in the kitchen. You know what I mean? You just got a new bed and you're spending time luxuriating in that bed every night, okay? You got a new TV and you're enjoying watching new shows on said TV, okay? There's an energy of like just happiness, doing whatever it is that you're doing, okay? And it's been a long time coming because the 10 of coins does not happen overnight. It is a steady, slow, grueling process where you have to work hard. There's losses, there's gains, there's ups, there's downs, but you didn't give up. You kept going. And now you could be someone who's like fully self-sufficient, self-reliant, independent energy, okay? I'm hearing independent contractor could be a thing as well. Ooh, relax. We have the 4 of coins. Yeah, stable. Emotionally stable. Right, clarifying the King of Cups, that's confirming the energy of being stable. But the 4 of coins is also about saving money. So you're definitely more so in a saving energy more than a spending energy, right? And I kind of feel like that's been me. I was very proud of myself when I didn't buy anything on the Sephora sale the last like few days. You know what I mean? I didn't buy anything, and I'm like, I haven't even been buying anything recently, honestly. Like, I remember when I first started getting into makeup like a year or two. Has it been 2 years already? I don't even remember at this point. Time is going by so fast. But I was never a makeup girl, but I was like, you know what? No, we're going to get into it. And I thank the guy on Hinge that made me like realize I need to get it together, right? Because he was like, what is one thing that you've always wanted to do that you've never done? I'm like, you know, I always kind of wanted to get into makeup, but I always thought it was too much. It was overwhelming. I wouldn't know what to do. And if I would have kept that mentality, I never would have been where I am now. That was my Ace of Pentacles moment where I'm like, you know what? I've always wanted to start wearing makeup and getting all cute and gussied up, right? Just because like all my Leo placements, like just drag me towards creative pursuits, singing, dancing, you know, doing art, drawing, you know what I mean? And writing as well. And I'm like, this is like one step on that journey of just becoming a fully creative being. If I feel like I want to do something, just doing it. And having that conversation with him on Hinge made me think, okay, dang, get into it. So I started going crazy and buying makeup at Sephora. And ever since I've been doing that, my journey has grown. Like at first I didn't know what I was doing. Now I feel like I know what I'm doing. I don't have to use this. I don't have to use that. Maybe I want to use this. Maybe I want to use that. Like I'm just getting into the groove of finding what works for me. And I think I finally found what works for me. And it feels great. But it wasn't an overnight thing. I had to start from somewhere. I started with the products. I went to Sephora and asked them what works for me. Having to like shade match is also a thing coming through as well. And that's like in any area of your life, not just makeup, right? I'm going on a tangent, but I feel like it's also, you know, has something to do with the message as well. You started from numero uno, Ace of Pentacles, right? In order to get this 10 of Pentacles where you're comfortable doing whatever it is you're doing and you're seeing results from that. You know, you're feeling a lot more secure in whatever it is you were doing that at first you weren't so sure about. So a new job, you've been there for a few years and now you kind of feel like you're so much better at it. Maybe you're a pro, maybe you're not, but at least you're a little bit more comfortable doing the things you've been doing, right? Okay? That's the energy coming through, but it's like trial and errors, and you know, there's things you learn, things you realize doesn't work for you. I realize I'm not a foundation girl. I don't think I have a foundation at home. I only use concealer. And if I want to do a full face of concealer, I do a full face of concealer. You wouldn't even know. Okay? But yeah, just little things like that. And it all started with an idea of a conversation. He was like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, you know what? I've always wanted to do this. You were talking about bucket lists. And I told him, like, I'm not really a makeup girl like that, but it's something I've always wanted to dabble in, right? But it just seemed overwhelming because you see all these different products and all these different things. And I'm kind of like, what do you use first? What do you do first? And I'm just like, just starting, right? When you are just full of anxious thoughts and ideas, just starting from somewhere makes something happen. Me just buying the products and learning along the way. Now look at me. You know what I mean? I'm hearing, look at me, look at me. You looking, right? That's a Doechii song. I can't remember which song though. Maybe you will know. It came through for a reason. Okay, the same thing for like hair as well. If you're, you know, trying to learn about natural hair and you start and it's overwhelming. That's how I felt when I first started doing my own hair, like in high school, senior year. I was always very much, my aunt would just throw braids in our hair and send us on our way. And I'm like, the braids started snatching out my edges. And I'm like, you know what? I want to keep whatever little edges I have left. I'm gonna learn to do my own hair. I'm not getting no more braids. And then I just started learning and it was very like, oh my gosh, I just thinking about how I felt back then, I'm like, ooh. But now some odd, is it 15 years, 14, 13 years later, I kind of feel like I know what works for my hair, what she likes, what she doesn't like, but it's all like a process. So there's things like that coming through. Maybe some of you are learning and starting from scratch. Okay, and maybe some of you have already started from scratch. Now you're at the Ten of Pentacles, you know? Lord, I be chatting too much. With the Ace of Wands, yeah, there's something new beginning. Maybe you finish one journey, now it's time for you to start something else. You're finding new passions. Hephaestus is all about building things from scratch. He's the construction worker of the gods, okay? He's good at like building things and building worlds and things like that. Move these over now. While there are less cards, so I'm not fighting for my life later. Maybe you're gaining some kind of notoriety because I keep hearing, look at me, look at me. You're looking, Spirit's like you didn't say the full message. Maybe there's something you have started doing before that you thought you were not so good at, you were still learning to do, that now you're like a little bit of a master at, and you're like getting notoriety because of that. You know, people are looking at you, asking for your help, asking for your expertise. Could be a vibe coming through, okay? What energies are the collective of group 3 embodying, please, Spirit? What vibes they getting off? Okay. We have the Two of Cups. Those should be clarifying the Two of Wands. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more, the Queen of Wands. Two of Wands is also an energy as well, moving forward towards something. What card is this? We have the Lovers. Wow. What was I saying? Yeah, there's something here about you maybe feeling a little bit more confident when it comes to like looking for a partner now. Maybe you are in the phase of wanting to settle down, get a house, get a husband, get the kids. And it took you going through all the different phases, working hard, becoming independent emotionally and physically, you know, in order to kind of cater to this connection the way you may have wanted to, you know, being an independent person, but to also become interdependent with someone else. They have their own stuff going on. You have your own stuff going on. You have your job, you have your friends, you have your hobbies, you know, and they have theirs. But when you guys are together, you have your things together. And that's what makes a full life. That's what makes a Ten of Pentacles, you know, having someone to share life with. And that could be something you're, you know, going through right now with the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, finding someone to share life with, bring out your more vulnerable side, your emotional side. And it's the King of Cups, we have divine counterparts coming through, then we have the Lovers. Yeah, so you finding your match. For others of you, you know, you find partnership or love that matches you well, that complements you quite well, that makes you feel stable and secure in a way you never felt before. And that's also making you glow in a different way, making you more confident, you know? Sometimes it just takes having someone there, knowing that you have a partner in crime, essentially, you know? Then the Eight of Cups in reverse with the Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands, Lord. Eight of Wands is coming through and it's not here. What else was coming through? Two of Wands was coming through and it's not here. The Eight of Wands is things coming in quickly. So maybe your life is picking up some kind of pace. Maybe things are moving fast with someone who you met or will be meeting. Okay, because they didn't come out under each other. If they did, it's giving you guys are aligned. Right now, you're still maybe in the phase of feeling more secure, getting more comfortable with this energy, being on your own, being single, being independent, whatever. And then after you've like mastered this phase, this little slot here, then you move on to this. This person is secure. The King of Cups. So are you. That's why you guys are being aligned. And then further along down the story, we have the Eight of Cups. So it's like walking away from something, but not fully walking away from something could resonate for somebody. Some of you walked away. Others of you haven't. Maybe it's a connection because we have the Ace of Wands. So you're having a new beginning and a connection could be coming through as well. And then we have the Ace of Cups and the freaking Lovers. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. And then we have the Queen of Wands with the Two of Cups. You being in this Queen of Wands energy is attracting this love to you. And you being ready to have a full cup to operate from. And someone else having a full cup to operate from is what's making this work. You guys are aligned now. Ooh, the messages are messaging, child. Let's get one more card. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Moon. So there's something here about being more sensitive, more open, more vulnerable. That's the energy you're embodying right now. And I think that energy is like calling in someone or calling in something. What's on my neck? I slept wrong last night and I have a kink in my neck, and if I like turn the wrong way, it's like, oh, it's annoying. Okay. Oh boy. One more card. Ooh, as soon as I asked for it to flip out, there's something coming through. Asking you shall receive them. We have the freaking Emperor. Okay. Clarifying the Two of Coins. Yeah, you're being a little bit more assertive in your life. You know, if you don't want to go somewhere, you're not going somewhere. If you don't want to do something, you're not doing it. You know, and being that sure and that in control is bringing in more things, right? So it's kind of like once you've mastered one thing, Spirit throws something else your way, something else you've been wanting, but you have to master this energy you were in first in order for that thing to come in. The way I want it to look. I'm hearing a song. When did you get hot? I swear I could look you up and down all day. When did you get hot? I think I would remember if you had that face. That song is coming through. Double take, triple take. Take me to naked twister back at your place. Baby, baby, it's bubbling in the pot. When did you get high? So what was I saying about doing something at someone's place? Maybe you're moving in with someone. That's the energy you're in as well. Like I said, you're in that glow period of you being single on your own and happy, or in a connection. I think it's different for every people. But some people, if you are single coming through, someone's coming in. If you want a connection, moving in could be, you're having the talks about that, When did you get hot? That song is funny. Lordy, lordy, lordy. But yeah, the Emperor is like creating opportunities, going after things, creating boundaries that people cannot, cross is the energy as well. Maybe that's something you have also perfected, in this time on your own, in this connection. Now more things are being tossed your way, like I said, Like I'm seeing a magnet in my mind that's like walking around and like picking up a bunch of new opportunities, right? But you have to first become that magnet in order to attract the opportunities. And that's something you've definitely been working on. And I was talking about like sunshine and things being like shown upon you. It's kind of like giving chosen one energy. When you're in a stage and you're in a production, whoever's on the show who's talking or saying at the moment has a spotlight on them so we can see them above everyone else. It's kind of like you're ripe for the picking. You're the juiciest peach. You're the healthiest looking apple, right? You're the juiciest little morsel of food, and the person that's coming to pick wants you. An emperor could be coming, okay? So with the King of Cups, we have Scorpio energy. Queen of Cups, we have Cancer energy. The Lovers, we have Gemini. The Emperor, we have Aries, okay? The Queen of Wands, we have Leo. And those are all the signs coming through from the archetypes. I'm sure the other cards have zodiac counterparts, but I don't know all of them yet. So let's see what else is coming through for you guys. Who are you right now? Ooh, interesting. That could be a question you're asking yourself. Okay, please Spirit, what energy are they embodying right now? My group threes, what energy are group 3 embodying right now? Okay, we have one card. Let's get another one. We have, the anti-hero. Interesting. We have Heathcliff. Ooh, not from Wuthering Heights. And that movie just came out again. I started hearing a song by Taylor Swift. If I was a man, then I'd be the man. I think it's the man. She's basically talking about how in society when men do things when they have money and they're flaunting the money, they're getting bitches and all this kind of stuff, they're getting all the girls and things like that, how they're kind of like lauded and praised. But if women were to do the same thing, she's like, if I were the man, then I'd be the man, If women were to do the same thing, you would be called like a B. But men are called ballers when they do it. But when a lady does it, she's not supposed to have money and flaunt it. Or I think it's like around the whole concept that people are talking about, you're like, you're always dating all these men. And she's like, if men were to do the same thing, they would be called a man. But since I'm doing it, I'm a lady, it's a problem, right? That could definitely be a thing as well. Maybe you're making money and you're a baller right now and you're successful in your field and you're, very much giving career man, career woman, but mostly career woman. Since you're doing it, why are you still single? Why are you not focused on having a home and kids? Why are you not doing this? You have the wrong priorities. You're dating too many people, kind of energy. But if you were a man, everyone would be praising you in society. Oh yeah, flaunt that money, flaunt them hoes, But because a woman's doing it, it's a problem now, right? Double standards is definitely coming through here. But as soon as I saw Anti-Hero, I thought of Taylor Swift. Does she have a song called that? I'm not even sure. I don't know her whole discography. I'm only now getting into her because I find myself resonating more with her as time goes by. Oh man, this crick in my neck is killing me. Then we have the Rebel. Exactly. I'm hearing exactamente. Excuse me. We have Elizabeth Bennet. Are these two together? I don't think so. Elizabeth Bennet is from Pride and Prejudice. Not be mixing up my stories. Anywho. We have 19. Let's read about the character. So we have the anti-hero, then we have the rebel. So definitely you're not trying to go with communities or society standards of what men or women should be. You're kind of going against those standards. And they're kind of calling you the anti-hero. And it's funny because one thing that I've learned is that Heathcliff in the movie or book is supposed to be like brown skin. He's supposed to be like either Indian or Muslim or something like that, you know? And that's why society doesn't want whoever the girl is in the movie with him, because she's supposed to be from, I guess, nobility. And he's not. And even when he does go and make his fortune and come back to get her, you know, he's still not seen as, you know, good enough because he's still a brown person at the end of the day, you know? So it's definitely kind of giving me that energy coming through here in this reading. No matter how successful you get, people are still looking down upon you because you're not white, essentially, right? Or you're not a man, a cisgender man, you know? A heterosexual one at that, and white. Anywho, those men just can get away with murder, child, literally. They have. Look at Trump. They're getting away with murder. The men in the Epstein files. Oh, God. So we have revenge, tragedy, and obsession. The anti-hero lurks in the twilight of human emotion, driven by dark passions and haunting desires. This turbulent spirit invites you to confront your shadow self, to embrace the parts of you that rage and yearn. Beware of the fires of obsession, for they may consume more than you imagined. So, Heathcliff's intense passions and thirst for revenge make him a force of nature, as wild and untamable as the Moors themselves. His story is one of consuming love and destructive obsession. Ooh, this Heathcliff could be someone coming into your life right now, or in your energy right now. His one of consuming love and destructive obsession, showing the darker side of human emotion. Heathcliff's brooding presence lingers like a storm on the horizon, reminding us of the shadows within. Be with me always. Take any form. Drive me mad. Only do not leave me in this abyss where I cannot find you. Jesus, that's intense. Wow, so it's an intense connection. I mean, the Queen of Cups and a King of Cups, them two together, they can get into some things, child. Obsession be dang, because King of Cups is Scorpio and Cancers can be quite vindictive and manipulative. So maybe y'all have a love story going on like that in Wuthering Heights. And you know what's funny? Because now it's making me think of what was the name of the show? It was on ABC Family, I think. Something Heights. Was that like a black rendition of Wuthering Heights? Because I think in the Something Heights, I'm so mad I can't remember. That was my show. It was so drama-filled. I loved it. But basically, it was about this black family who lived in Something Heights. And I think the father was a police officer, but the family was like more affluent, right? They have the nice house, he had the nice daughters, and the father was very controlling of the two daughters, and then he had a son as well. And then the daughter ended up falling in love with the white boy who, that's this! What was the name of that show? That was my show. So maybe I do know the storyline behind this dang book and movie, child. I gotta watch it one day. Yeah, the black daughter falls in love with the white boy who, I'm not getting opposite side of the tracks, but the dad being a police officer and him kind of being a troublemaker, he doesn't want the daughter with the guy. And it's kind of giving me that energy. So maybe you know a bad boy or someone who's obsessed with you or something. Someone who's like, I guess, portraying Scorpio tendencies, right? Maybe this person's hiding their desire for you. Or maybe, and you know what? Scorpios are quite good at revenge. Lying in wait at the perfect moment. Ooh, this person could have been lying in wait for the perfect moment to come and get that ass. You. Anywho, let's keep moving on. Because I'm just sitting here chatting at this point. Let's go to 8 and the time is passing. We have the rebel. We have independence, defiance, and self-reliance. Interesting. Guidance. The rebel card embodies your own independent spirit, which kept coming through, like, so confirmation galore, which has both positive and negative attributes. At times, a rebel can be like a willful child, all energy and want, but with no meaningful follow-through. The power of the rebel lies in finding ways to focus that energy and spirit into a purpose. That's what you're definitely focused on. Standing up for a greater good or for those who need help. The rebel can help you direct your energies and to remember the purpose behind your passions. Now, Pride and Prejudice, Elizabeth Bennet defies the constraints of her world, embodying the archetypical rebel who challenges convention with wit and daring. She dances between the lines of fate and free will, her spirit unyielding. You see the sun coming back out? Look at that, beautiful. She dances between the lines of fate and free will, her spirit unyielding to the expectations placed upon her. In her refusal to conform, she creates space for her deeper truth to emerge, the truth of love's transformative power. There is a stubbornness about me that never can bear to be frightened at the will of others. My courage always rises with every attempt to intimidate me. So you are coming through as this person who kind of like has it all together. And that's what your energy you're embodying right now. That's the energy you're vibing at right now. Okay? That's the frequency you're vibing at right now. So does the anti-hero and the rebel. But both of these stories have to do with love. Not every story in this deck of the classics has to do with love, but these two, would they have been a good match? They're not from the same author, I don't think. Wuthering Heights could be Jane as well. I know Pride and Prejudice is Jane. What number is he? 19? Yeah, Emily Bronte, two different authors, but I wonder if these two would have been a good fit for each other if they were to be like, there's like a crossover between these two stories. Okay, let's see what else is the energy coming through for you guys. But I do believe there's something here about you being just like very independent, not needing anyone, you know, just worrying about you. Here we have the sun and we have the mouse or mice. And now we just have the sun. Let's see what comes through for you guys. We'll take the sun, honestly, because it kept coming through. I would be remiss not to take the sun, especially because it was shining when I was reading. Here we have the clocks. I don't really know what this is about, so I'm interested. And then we'll get one more. That was fast. Thank you. And then we have the, is this the birch? I can never remember what that one's about. But I know it's not good, so we'll see what that has to say. Okay, where's the book? We have 11. 11 could be important. We did see 11 for you guys. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the birch or the broom. Be warned of high temper. I bring conflict and strife. You will find me in competitions because I work with repetition. Arguments and quarrels are my patent, but I am not always a villain. Look at that, anti-hero, the rebel, and now we have villain. Interesting. Are you guys coming off as villains? Maybe you're coming off as impossible. I'm hearing you're impossible, right? Like people are in an argument, in a fight. Maybe you are in a fight with someone in your life right now. Or maybe you're at a distance, no contact kind of energy, and this person's being stubborn, you're being stubborn, you're being a rebel, you're being the anti-hero. Kind of like, I don't need this kind of energy. And they're kind of like, well, I don't need this either. And now you guys are at a separation kind of thing. Anywho, let's keep going. Arguments and quarrels are my patent, but I am not always the villain. I can be found in the gym or in a lusty bed on a whim. And the way this energy was very freaked out in, what is it called? Was it Wuthering Heights? Yeah, it was very freaked out. But this was like a more passionate declaration of love. Still a lot of ladies' favorites. The declaration that Mr. Darcy had for Elizabeth at the end of the movie. Okay? And I feel like I watched that movie once, but I can never remember how the middle of it, but I always remember the end of it. Anywho, I gotta watch that again. Anyway, that's my homework when I go home tonight. I don't have work tomorrow, so I'll be at home watching Pride and Prejudice and maybe Wuthering Heights if I can find it at a reasonable price. I need to get into these movies because everyone always references them and they ask, are you a Jane Eyre girl? Are you a Bronte girl? Are you a this girl? And I'm kind of like, I'm an I don't know girl. I'm an E.L. James girl. I'm a Jenna Darling girl, okay? I'm a different kind of girl. Don't mind me. But anyway, there's something here about an obsessive love story because we have two counterparts coming through, the male and the female, and there could be an energy coming through with the lovers and the Two of Cups. Your energy is like love and quarrels and coming back together and like fates, and they said something here about the line she had between fate and like free will. You know what I mean? So there could be something here about that as well. There's like a fated connection. Maybe your free will is fighting against it because you don't want to be beholden to anything. You kind of like being like the naysayer, the person who doesn't want to agree, you know, the devil's advocate kind of person, you know? But I'm talking too much. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Let's go on to the clock. And this like has timing. There's arguments here, quarrels, and timing. So something here about you being in an argument with somebody keeps coming through. So here we have 37. Oh, I'm in the wrong stratosphere. Look, you're seeing one thing and then you're interpreting it to another number. I don't know why I saw 37 and flipped to 27. Yeah, someone's saying something to you and you're interpreting it as something different. Yeah, communication issues. That didn't really come through, but it's coming through now. And I just keep hearing The Man by Taylor Swift talking about itches and ballers. If I was out getting itches and dollars, I'd be the man, or something like that. Anywho, we have time. My appearance brings time to the forefront of importance. I may be approaching or passing, so be attentive. Use me wisely to provide perspective. Look around me to better understand my involvement. Certain cards may slow me down, but sometimes a quick action will get you the crown. Interesting. So we have the clock, and then we have the birch and the broom. The broom's like sweeping things out of the way, you know, but this is about also competition. So maybe you're going to be in competition, or people are going to be in competition for you. Because here we have a King of Cups, and then we have an Emperor. Very much two different energies that could be coming into your life and like making you not know who to choose, you know? And I think that was maybe something that Elizabeth was going through. I think they were trying to get her into a arranged marriage. She was like, nah, I want to marry for love. And I think that's why her and Darcy, anywho, I think this was coming through here with you guys. It says the clocks in the Gilded Reverie are symbolic of the metering out of time. So there could have been some time between you and someone coming through here. And maybe the time is closing in for you to come back together, you know, to kind of like resolve the conflict, right? Like how in the movie here, I remember that they were like they didn't get along. They were always fighting, her and Mr. Darcy, but at the end, he kind of proclaimed his love for her. So there could be someone you're always arguing with who's going to be coming in to proclaim, I keep saying proclaim, don't piss me off. Proclaim their love. Okay, with the Two of Cups and the Lovers. They're coming in to offer you their love once again. Okay? Because they can't stay away. The clock is ticking and life is transitory in nature, so we should savor each moment and live the life to the fullest. This card is a reminder of our immortality. The hands of the clock will only go forward into time, and we must go in regardless. It is a card of time management, and the owl reminds us to choose time wisely. And that was also coming through the beginning. So back to what I was saying about, you know, having a nice schedule, you know, metering out time, right? So you can go home and have a good time and get all your, you know, things done in a timely manner, okay? And then I'm like, I wanted to get one more card. And here we have the magnifying glass. So having to look at something deeper. So I'm like, I think we need one more card. And then the sun represents, you know, just being in the spotlight, you know, having attention on you. Let's see, where did the book go? We'll go to the sun. Flip right to it. Wow. I am success. Hear me roar. I control your ego. That keeps coming through. For real. Ego and pride. We have ego and charisma, which is the Queen of Wands. I boost your confidence and courage, Queen of Wands. I bring victory and glory. But be careful not to get too cocky, or you will be burned by arrogance like Icarus. There's something here about that coming through. Don't be too cocky. Don't be too, especially if this is about love, don't be getting too crazy now, okay? Because you're going to burn, crash and burn. Try to be a little softer, Queen of Cups. That could be something you're trying to get into or struggling with, you know? And Spirit's like, hey, get more into the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, right? You know? You can still be confident and beautiful and prideful, but just be a little softer with it, right? Especially when it comes to love. That's something that you do want, right? 44. And we're moving on. Is this the last card? The magnifying glass. I am the card that suggests to you to take a closer look or two. If you did not get clarity from an earlier view, we did it with the freaking clocks. This is not helping at all. Don't piss me off. I can provide more focus and a perspective that is new. This card suggests you need to take a closer look at a current issue. Now is the time to focus, scrutinize, and analyze. That could be something you are doing as well. You might be overlooking something that isn't apparent or even visible. The smallest detail may be vitally important, and that vibe was coming through, vitality. Use the magnifying glass to help you investigate and uncover more information that can lead you to greater clarity. So there could be something you're confused about that needs more clarity in your life. Now let's get some cards from this deck here, because your group is always the longest. Group 3 just always seems to be so longer than all the other groups. Whoever always chooses group 3, why always going through something? Because I'm just like other readers, like, nah, that's it. We're keeping it, capping it at 20 minutes and I'm done. But I like to get deep and help. We have house. Ooh, relocation and home is insane. Sorry, you can't even see it. I got a little excited, like, look. We have relocation and home. Wow, some of you are moving into a house. You just did. And you're trying to fix that up. And maybe you're making it harder than it needs to be, making it more difficult. Maybe you're being a little bit of a housezilla. You know, when a bride wants everything the way she wants it, you know? They call her a bridezilla. Maybe you're being a new homeownerzilla. I crack myself up. We have the whale wisdom keeper. Okay, so there's something here that you know the answer to when it comes to that indecision, having to look a little bit closer. You already know the answer, but you're questioning it for why. You know, sometimes just look a little closer. You know, I'm hearing dig a little deeper. I'm hearing dig a little deeper. Is that a song from Princess and the Frog? And then we have romance and sweetness that's coming through as well. I think this reading is a lot about that as well. But just in other news, romance and sweetness. But there is a decision you're trying to make or something you're trying to make happen. Maybe when it comes to this house or relocating, you're making it harder than it needs to be. And you just need a little bit of perspective. You know, look a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. Ask yourself why you're feeling this way, why you're reacting this way. Because you do have the answer with freedom and action. You have the answer. You can move forward. You can overcome this. We also have ship, directions and journeys. I was saying distances and journeys. So somebody could be far away. There could be long distance energy coming through here. But we have directions and journey. Oh my God. Even. What's coming, please, after this? What is we need more. We need more. We have old man, inheritance, and mail. Maybe you're going to be receiving inheritance from someone. Or maybe someone's going to be giving you some money. But we have a man coming through. Maybe a man with an inheritance is coming through. And Spirit's like, hey, you know, maybe you have a grudge against people like that. But we have 10 of Pentacles here. So I think you have your own. You can hold your own as well. But you can maybe tend to be hyper independent. You know what I mean? And you have a hard time accepting things from people. Maybe someone wants to come in and help you. And you're being stubborn when it comes to that. But you know the answer all along, which is why you're kind of like, you know? You kind of want to do things yourself is kind of what I'm getting. Because as soon as I say that, we have survival power. You want to do everything yourself. You don't want to receive help. And then we have slowness and protection. So take your time. And that's even, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, appreciate you. Okay. Let's get some cards from this deck before we end it all. What's going on? What they need to know? Freedom and action, forward movement. The ship, forward movement, okay? And then we had the ship coming through. No, that was for another group. I'm like, the ship came through twice. But some of you are definitely moving somewhere. And maybe you're having a hard time deciding where to move, you know? And here we have distance, that word that I was seeing in one of those cards, the ship. It says you and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant. We're taking that because that's too crazy. Okay, what else do we need to know? Can you clarify what's coming next? What comes after? What is coming, period? What they need to know again? Because that seems to be a thing. There's something, an answer you're looking for. Can we have an answer to the question they're looking for? Please, Spirit, for my group 3s. Give them an answer to their question. We have love spell. Wow, you've been bewitched. So if you're wondering if someone likes you, maybe. Not maybe. Yes. Look at that. And here we have vacation. Wow. You will be traveling soon. And then we have distance and journeys. Double confirmation. The card's flying out. We have no. It is not the right time. For what? What is not the right time for? Okay, Jesus. This card flipped out as soon as I said what is not the right time for. The other cards flipped out like over. Compromise, forgive, work it out, communicate. Interesting. It's not the right time to communicate to this person. Interesting. Now I'm kind of confused. We have patience. Okay, so maybe you're not supposed to reach out to them if that's something you asked. Should I reach out to them? No. Let them communicate to you. Let them work it out. Okay? Interesting. Patience, just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait. So maybe something needs to take a little bit more time to, you know, what is it called? Formulate, to work itself out. And we have yes. Did you ask another question in the span of 2-3 seconds? Luck is on your side. I am so befuddled. Interesting. Excuse me. So we have yes and we have no. Great. And then we have manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want. So you're manifesting something. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is all even, honestly. There's nothing else that I can pull from. So we have romance coming your way with romance and sweetness and flowers. And we have love spell, okay? We have movement is coming through, vacations, journeys, and trips, okay? Moving to a new house also coming through as well. We have, there's something here about needing to communicate. We have yes and we have no. So depending on what you've been asking, the answer to we have a no, we have a yes. Take what, I don't know. Take what resonates for you. Some of you need a personal reading because this, you ain't gonna get the answer in a general reading. Is definitely what I'm getting. The answer you're looking for, you're not going to get in general reading because we have yes and we have no. So it's kind of like yes for some people, no for others of you. So get a reading. It doesn't have to be with me, but just get a reading in general. If you're still having confusion after watching tarot readings. Because the more you watch, the more confusing it gets. Because this person's saying this and this person's saying that, right? That's kind of what I'm getting. But your manifestations are coming. They may take more time. Have some patience, right? Maybe you don't need a reading. Maybe you need to just have some patience, okay? But I'm definitely going to leave you reading there because we're about to hit 50 minutes and that ain't going to do it for me. I'm ready to go, okay? But if you did want to book a reading with me, you can do so using my email in the description box below. Reach out to me. We'll talk. We'll get it together. Get you right. Get you straight, okay? If you want to join my memberships and get some of the member readings that I have for you guys, then you could also join the memberships using the link in the description box below right above the timestamps. But if it did resonate for you and you got your answer here, you need no further guidance or anything else from me. If it did resonate, like, comment, and subscribe. I'd appreciate if you join the tribe and also hype the video if you can. I love you guys. I always appreciate you for watching, especially if you still watch. If you finish, you're still watching, put a clock in the comments so I know you watched the whole reading, and I appreciate you dearly. Okay, but yeah, I love you guys, and as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.